Two sets of breaking news coming in live on the top of 7 p.m. this evening. One, the BJP has filed a counter complaint saying if two Congress MLAs' votes are going to be cancelled, then there must be a counter complaint as well. And one Congress MLA vote should also be cancelled. They're saying Mitesh Garasia's vote should also be cancelled. That's one story. Meanwhile, we're learning from the Election Commission in Delhi that counting will remain suspended till a decision on the complaints has been taken. Rahul Srivastav joining us. He's breaking this story for us. When will the CEC decide? Will we know today? Could this be delayed to tomorrow?
Rahul, what EC sources are saying that this is not a very ordinary matter because all the elements have to be taken in. If there is a Congress complaint, the other side of the story, the MLAs, the corroborative evidence, all that has to be considered, and then a considered opinion of the Election Commission has to be arrived at. And there is now, since there is complaints and counter complaints, the EC will not like to rush into anything and eventually become a party through the political drama that is taking place. And that is why whenever the EC decides, it is only after that the message will be conveyed to the returning officer there and counting
Nitin Patel, Deputy Chief Minister in the Vijay Rupani government in Gujarat, is speaking in Ahmedabad. He's speaking in Gujarati. Let's just listen and see if we can translate that for you. This is Gujarat's Deputy Chief Minister speaking now.
એમની હાર નક્કી થઈ જતા મત ગણતરી અટકાવવા માટે અને એનકેર પ્રકારે કાયદાકીય ગૂંચવાડા ઊભા કરી અને આખી પ્રક્રિયાને અટકાવવા માટે કોંગ્રેસ તરફથી બિન જરૂરી બાધાઓ ચૂંટણી અધિકારી સમક્ષ ઉપસ્થિત કરવામાં આવેલા. ચૂંટણી અધિકારીશ્રીએ બધું જ અભ્યાસ કર્યા પછી એમના વાદાઓ રદ કર્યા અને રદ કર્યા પછી ભારતના ચૂંટણી પંચ સમક્ષ એનો અહેવાલ રજૂ કર્યો છે અને અહેવાલના આધારે ટૂંક સમયમાં ભારતનું ચૂંટણી પંચ યોગ્ય આદેશો આપશે. પણ આ વાત અમારે એટલા માટે કહેવી પડે છે કે ચૂંટણી થઈ ગઈ છે, તમામ ધારાસભ્યોએ મતદાન કરી દીધું છે, 176 બેલેટ મતપેટીમાં આવી ચૂક્યા છે. હવે એની ગણતરી બાકી છે અને આ ગણતરી લગભગ 1 કલાકમાં પતી જાય. પણ કોંગ્રેસને જે નક્કી એમની હાર દેખાઈ રહી છે એના કારણે કોંગ્રેસના કાર્યકરોને સાચવવા માટે એમનો વિશ્વાસ સંપાદન કરવા માટે.
That's the Deputy Chief Minister of the BJP government in Gujarat saying that Congress's Ahmed Patel is losing, therefore the Congress is getting frustrated. He says the Congress has smelt defeat and is therefore raising baseless issues. He's saying the Rajya Sabha voting is currently on hold while the EC takes a decision on the BJP complaint. What do we make of this BJP complaint? You are worried, Sambit Patra, that two of your voters will have their votes cancelled and therefore you filed a counter complaint.
No, Rahul, I will wait for what the Election Commission has to say. After all, it's the constitutional authority in these matters, and I would not react. But I mean, keeping all these technicalities aside, what is the message that has to be driven home from this Rajya Sabha election that's taking place in Gujarat? The message is Congress is on its way out. The message is loud and clear, and in fact, within home, in the Congress party itself, Mr. Jairam Ramesh's existential crisis of Congress is the core message that is driven in this Rajya Sabha elections. Secondly, an extremely important look, only about 4 or 5 days ago, when this whole fiasco was happening, when the 44 MLAs of the Congress party in fact were put in a resort in Bengaluru, Congress came out and held a press conference saying that please don't see this election of Ahmed Patel as the political secretary of Sonia Gandhi contesting the election. He is contesting his elections at his own behest. He is an individual. So this shows the nervousness of Congress party itself, that they did not want Sonia Gandhi's name, the prestige of the Congress party.
That's a good point, you know, because Tom Vadakkan of the BJP is joining us. In some senses, regardless of what happens in this election, you've left it to Ahmed Patel to fight for himself. You know, look at the might of the BJP election machine. Against Ahmed Patel at this time. Amit Shah is in the counting center right outside where the voting is taking place. Vijay Rupani, Anandiben Patel. And you've left Ahmed Patel to fight all by himself. Instead, the Congress is saying, this is Ahmed Patel's election, don't link this with Sonia Gandhi. Look at the spirit with which the BJP is fighting. Look at how Congress has left Ahmed Patel to fend for himself.
Rahul, I think these are all very afterthoughts which have been deliberated, and this is no connection with the ground reality. The connect of the Congress party with Ahmed Patel is, there is no questions that can be asked. The linkages are very strong. The support base is very strong. The entire Congress party today is with him. There is a Congress working committee going on, but that was pre-scheduled. Now, there was a mention of Jairam Ramesh. That is no, I mean, of course, there is no debate today on what is happening. So probably we have to sideline our arguments on to what Jairam Ramesh has said. Jairam Ramesh has made a comment that yes, there is a problem and we all need to fight together. We all need to be committed, and we don't need Vaghelas in the world who have defected the party. These are issues which will be discussed, and the frankness and honesty of our workers, our leaders, to discuss things. Right now, when this melodrama is going on, Congress Working Committee is on business as usual.
No, while the hearts and souls are it almost looks as if you're living in a delusional world of your own, which is a world of make-believe. Here we know from Prime Minister Modi to Amit Shah, they're all focusing on beating you. They're saying seat by seat, state by seat, we will defeat you. And the Congress is sitting in some deliberation which has nothing to do with the election. You've left Ahmed Patel to fight for himself. That's the point I'm making, Rahul Srivastava.
What is more interesting, do you want to send a signal that we are in a battle, in a contest with a party like BJP? I would say Rahul Gandhi should have been there, standing with Ahmed Patel in Ahmedabad and sending out a signal that the old guard, new guard differences are not there. We are fighting a formidable enemy and we are all together. What do you have a statement coming out from the Congress party in which Sonia Gandhi has said Congress must always defend the liberty and freedom of individual and institutions?
I've got breaking news coming in that a BJP delegation including Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Piyush Goyal, Dharmendra Pradhan are going to the Election Commission. They're going to the Election Commission demanding that one Congress MLA's vote be cancelled. They're saying that they demand on exactly the same grounds as the Congress is demanding that two rebel MLAs votes be cancelled. The BJP is demanding that this vote be cancelled as well. They're saying that if you're going to cancel the Congress votes, you have to cancel the BJP vote as well. That is very, very interesting. Also, we've heard from Raghav Patel. He's just said that I voted as per rules. I showed my vote only to Congress's Shakti Singh Gohel and not to the BJP. So the Congress MLA at the center of this controversy is saying he didn't show his vote to the BJP. He's denying that there is any basis for his vote being cancelled. Unprecedented high drama this. Sambit Patra, what do you make of the BJP now moving a delegation to the Election Commission? We've just received breaking news that they're going to complain demanding that a Congress MLA's vote be cancelled.
So that must be on ground of technicality. Since I'm in the studio, I would not be knowing what exactly the technicality is. But as I maintain that these technicalities will be taken care by the Election Commission. But the larger issue is the issue which we have to be discussing over here. My friend Mr. Tom Vadakam right now was pointing out that why Mr. Ahmed Patel is alone there. Because it seems that most of the congressmen are continuing with business as usual. Now tell me, Rahul, what should have been the business as usual? The business as usual should have been the 44 MLAs of the Congress party should have been in the business of protecting people from the flood that was happening in Gujarat rather than enjoying themselves in the resort in Bengaluru. But they resorted to the kind of business that the country today is questioning them. Why this kind of nervousness, quote unquote nervousness, in the complete Congress family that we are seeing today? This nervousness as to why the Congress is running to the Election Commission with frivolous issues is only because of the fact that the Congress knows within that they are losing the ground and probably they have lost.
Arjun Morwadia is speaking at this time of the Congress party. Let's listen to what one of the most prominent leaders of the Congress in Gujarat is saying.
रद्द किया गया था, कैंसिल किया गया था, लेकिन अभी तक उसका डिसीजन नहीं आया है। रूल्स एक ही होना चाहिए, जो हरियाणा में हुआ, जो राजस्थान में हुआ, वही गुजरात में दो एमएलए ने अपना वोट ओपन करके बीजेपी के कैंडिडेट्स को दिखाया है। पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग की शुरुआत की, करोड़ों ऑफ रुपीस की बैग लेकर हर एमएलए के घर पे गए, उनको ये लालच दी गई, पुलिस अफसर का उपयोग करके धमकियां दी गई, हमारा एक एमएलए का किडनैप करके उनके घर ले जाकर जो बीजेपी के कैंडिडेट अमित शाह से उनके साथ बात करवाने के भी दबाव डाला गया। उसके बाद हम वहां भी यहाँ से बेंगलोर हमारे एमएलए को ले गए, वहां भी ये जो रिसोर्ट पर हमारे एमएलए थे वहां इनकम टैक्स का रेड डाली गई, हमारे एमएलए के इंट्रोगेशन वहां भी की गई, वहां भी धमकियां देने की कोशिश हुई। इसलिए ये पहले से ही ये चुनाव उनके पास, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास नंबर नहीं थे तो भी ऐसी तरह खरीद फरोख्त की राजनीति करके वो जीतना चाहते थे। और इसलिए आज मॉर्निंग में भी यही कोशिश हुई कि जो हमारे कांग्रेस के एमएलए थे उनका वोट बीजेपी को दिखा रहे थे कि देखो आप, मैंने आपको वोट दिया है। ऐसी तरह कभी नहीं चल सकता। ये इलेक्शन कमीशन का रूल के मुताबिक चलना चाहिए। हमने ऑब्जेक्शन लिया था, 9:30 बजे सुबह लिया था, अभी तक उसका डिसीजन नहीं आया है। इलेक्शन कमीशन भी दबाव में, अगर दबाव में नहीं होता तो उसी समय जैसी तरह राजस्थान और हरियाणा दोनों जगह तुरंत ही ये वोट रद्द किया गया था। बैलेट बॉक्स में डालने के लिए भी मना कर दिया था, लेकिन यहाँ डालने दिया गया और आज काउंटिंग में लेने के लिए आग्रह भारतीय जनता पार्टी कर रही है। हम अभी भी अपेक्षा करते हैं कि जो भी घटना है पूरी वीडियो के सामने, ऐसा नहीं कि कोई छुपी जगह किया गया और ये वोट रद्द बातल हो गए। और वैसे भी इतनी खरीद फरोख्त के बाद भी कांग्रेस पार्टी 45 वोट लेकर जीत रही है, उसमें कोई सवाल नहीं। लेकिन जो न्याय है, हम न्याय के लिए बात कर रहे हैं, वो मिलना चाहिए। मॉर्निंग में 9:30 बजे हमने उसी समय पे उठाया था, वीडियो में रिकॉर्डेड है वो ऑब्जेक्शन। तुरंत ही आधे घंटे में हमने लिखित तौर पर दिया कि ये वोट रद्द बातल होना चाहिए, मॉर्निंग में दिया गया है, लेकिन अभी तक उसका डिसीजन नहीं आया है। ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन पर भी कितना दबाव डाला जा रहा है। सबसे पहले जो प्रिसाइडिंग अफसर थे डीएम पटेल, उन्होंने कहा कि आप सबके सामने मैं वीडियो में देखूंगा और उसके बाद डिसीजन दूंगा, लेकिन तीनों कैंडिडेट्स भारतीय जनता पार्टी के आए, उन्होंने दबाव डाला। उसके बाद वो ज्वाइंटली जो वीडियो देखना था उन्होंने मना कर दिया और अपनी बात में से वो पीछे हट गए। हम सब जानते हैं कि जो प्रिसाइडिंग अफसर है उसको दूसरी दफा एक्सटेंशन दिया गया, इसलिए वो दबाव में है। इसलिए हम अपेक्षा करते हैं कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया है, आज तक ऐसे दबाव में नहीं आए हैं, उनको दबाव में नहीं आना चाहिए।
Arjun Modwadia of the Congress leveling very serious allegations against the BJP. Sambit Patra of the BJP must respond because you are being accused of horse trading, of trying to buy Congress MLAs. Those are very, very serious charges being leveled by the Congress leader from Gujarat.
No, I would rather say that he is not alleging serious allegations against the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is pointing fingers towards his own MLAs. In the same words of Mr. Arjun Modwadia, I would like to ask him, आपके विधायक बिकाऊ हैं क्या? If he is saying that we are buying them, are you sitting in the mandi? Are you bikau? So you have to answer this question first. And number two, he was saying that this is a test for the election commission. Now the election commission's integrity would be decided by the Congress spokespersons and Congress leader. Look, after 2014, they were saying that only 31% of people had voted and BJP had formed government. After the 5 state elections, they wanted to test the EVM machine. Now they want to test the integrity of election commission. For God's sake, when will they test their own Rahul Gandhi? Put Rahul Gandhi under test. उनका टेस्ट लीजिए तो मालूम पड़ेगा अरे आपका कैंडिडेट ही फेल है.
Okay, I've just got word that the BJP delegation has become even more high profile. Arun Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman, Ravi Shankar Prasad are also going to the election commission. This is unprecedented. Minister of State for Law, PP Chaudhary, you've got Ravi Shankar Prasad, your law minister. Just look at the whole might of the BJP machine has been put on trying to get that one Congress MLA disqualified. So you've got Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman, Ravi Shankar Prasad, apart from Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Piyush Goyal, half the cabinet, Sambit Patra, has gone to the election commission trying to get that one MLA disqualified.
The law minister is deputy.
I would say, if by your words, I'll buy half of your words by saying half the cabinet is going not to get one man disqualified, to fight for truth. Remember, truth, to uphold truth and integrity of democracy of this country is the duty.
The Congress, one second. Let's just look at the wheat and the chaff. You went after the Congress. You were obviously concerned that those two rebel Congress MLAs will have their vote disqualified. You said, "Agar hamara cancel ho raha hai, inka bhi cancel karo."
See, keeping that aside, we all know that Election Commission has to take an objective decision. We have faith on Election Commission's integrity, unlike the Congress Party, which is questioning the Election Commission, the EVM machine, the democracy of this country. Our tall leaders are going to put the facts in perspective, and most importantly, to see to it that truth emerges victorious.
Okay, what are you making of this? Tom Madhakan, the BJP cabinet virtually from Arun Jaitley downwards, Ravi Shankar Prasad, PP Chaudhary, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Piyush Goyal, a full battery of generals going to try and get that one Congress MLA disqualified.
Desperate measures in desperate times, that's what I call it. Because they know the ground reality that what is going to happen. The reality is it happened in Haryana, it happened in Rajasthan. These votes were held invalid, and this is a decided matter. Whatever Dr. Patra says, I mean, he's high sounding, he says they're after truth. What truth is he talking about? If there was a ED raid or an income tax raid in Gandhinagar, those days when this marketing was going on, the kind of money that was arriving, no questions asked. They were a threat to the life of the MLAs, no questions asked, and now here marches the cabinet into the Election Commission. What are they trying to? They're trying to what? Trying to impress the Election Commission that the government of India has arrived, is it?
Rahul Srivastava, what are you making of this? Arun Jaitley, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Piyush Goyal, they're all going marching to the Election Commission demanding that that one vote be cancelled.
I think one, they are ready to give a sleepless night to Ahmed Patel and the Congress.
They want to delay. 3 weeks of sleepless nights.
I think they want to add one more. Second, I think it shows the hunger to win, Rahul. If they have mobilized a matrix of effort to get Ahmed Patel out of the Rajya Sabha, they are not giving up. Though half an hour back, me, you and Rajdeep were talking about how the numbers look safer because 2 of those may get disqualified. But now there is one more possibility. BJP senses it, and Sambit Patra may say truth may win, but it is basically that
Paulami
BJP
Saha
may
is
win.
joining us from outside Nirvachan Sadan. What's happening, Paulami? You've got Arun Jaitley, Ravi Shankar Prasad coming there. It seems as if the whole cabinet, virtually half the cabinet is coming to the EC right now.
Absolutely. The tallest leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Union Cabinet are here. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Ravi Shankar Prasad, the Law Minister, Defence Minister, Arun Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman, as well as, of course, MOS Law, PP Chaudhary, as well as Dharmendra Pradhan and Piyush Goyal, who are inside the Election Commission, as the Election Commission, of course, takes a call on that decision that the Congress has petitioned them for. What we are learning is that the BJP now wants to cancel Congress MLA Mitesh Garasia's vote as well, for the same reasons that the Congress is petitioning that 2 Congress MLAs and their vote needs to be cancelled because allegedly they showed their ballot papers to someone other than their own polling agent inside the Gujarat Assembly premises today when voting transpired. The BJP, of course, hoping that this will give them a strategic advantage in this matter as well. Of course,
seems to be a rather
will go through the video recording.
Seems to be a rather late consideration, given that they hadn't complained through the day. It's only after the Congress went complaining about 2 rebel MLAs that the BJP suddenly, in a counter maneuver, has decided to come and complain against this one Congress MLA.
Absolutely. This is exactly what the BJP, in fact, was accusing the Congress of, that if the Congress indeed was, unhappy with what happened inside the premises earlier this morning when the voting took place, and why did they wait until the end of the day when counting was to transpire, that they raised this red flag. So the BJP is doing exactly the same thing, trying to, of course, counter the Congress's move now by petitioning the Election Commission, and like I mentioned, the who's who of the Union Cabinet inside Nirvachan Sadan right now.
Okay, and any word from inside the Nirvachan Sadan? When will this decision be taken? Will the decision be taken at all today, or will this decision be put on hold till tomorrow, Paulami?
Well, nothing as of yet that we're hearing of, Rahul, because the Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. A.K. Toti, as well as 2 of his deputies and other officials of the Election Commission right now inside the premises, obviously looking at the petition which the Congress are presenting them with, and of course now the BJP petition as well. This could take some amount of time, and this is definitely going down to the wire right now because the Election Commission caught in a fix with these petitions which have come forward, because they'll have to go through the video recordings, they'll have to listen to the observations of the returning officer as well.
Okay, I come back to you, Poulomi, in just a moment from now. But there's a much larger point. You know, you can't lose track of that larger point. And that point is this: the height and the length to which Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi are prepared to go to win every single battle. For them, every battle is a high stakes, winner takes all battle. You know, if after all of this they don't win, there will be massive, embarrassment. They know that, but they are prepared to go all out. You've got the Congress on the other hand, living in a make-believe world of its own, where at this time the top guns of the Congress are meeting to decide their stance on GST, their stance on vigilantism, and that really shows the difference in the approach, Rahul Srivastava, of the two parties. That killer instinct. BJP say, these are the latest visuals coming in at this time of these leaders going into Nirvachan Sadan. That's the office of the Election Commission. The BJP delegation, which earlier was supposed to be a smaller delegation, suddenly being upgraded to virtually the entire cabinet that's in Delhi. All of them being sent, sab jao complain karke aao. And that just shows how they've just upped the tempo on this round.
Rahul, just if you will recall what BJP did after the first few rounds of elections in Uttar Pradesh. Prime Minister Modi landed in Varanasi and had 3 road shows back to back in Varanasi. Everybody said the BJP is desperate, but I think it is that seething hunger to win which the BJP is displaying. Remember also, because they have tried to take over states, say Bihar for example, because not just because they want to be more powerful, more states under them, it is the Rajya Sabha which is the BJP's weak link. The Rajya Sabha, where the BJP has opposition numbers are greater, as recent as on a bill, on a constitutional amendment bill, the opposition could force an amendment. Prime Minister Modi wants to change the Rajya Sabha picture, and that is why even one seat, it may be Ahmed Patel coincidentally, that is why for BJP one seat is crucial.
Okay, I just show you now a graphic which puts out what the numbers game is. These are live pictures from outside the Election Commission, the BJP delegation going in. This is what the Congress is counting on. Just take a look at it in a moment on your screen right now. The original strength of the Congress was 57. 6 MLAs resigned, that brought it down to 51. 7 defected today with Shankar Singh Waghela. 1 cross-voted this morning. He accepted that he did. Now, the JDU MLA, I spoke to him just now, he's come out and accepted that he voted for the Congress. His party says he didn't vote for the Congress, he voted for the BJP. So we're all a little confused whether to believe the party or to believe the MLA. The MLA says he's voted for the Congress. The NCP MLA Boski, he's also voted for the Congress. He says that takes that tally up to 45. If it's 45, then Ahmed Patel is through. However, if the NCP MLA is lying and if he hasn't voted for the Congress like he says he has, that brings the tally down to 44 and Ahmed Patel could be in serious trouble. Massive drama in the capital. The BJP going all out to take down Ahmed Patel. Remember, this is Sonia Gandhi's right-hand man. He is the master manipulator, the man who maneuvers from the back end. He's lived his life in the shadows. Now, when his political innings is drawing to a close, he's fighting the battle of his life. I want to go across to live outside the Congress headquarters. Supriya Bhardwaj has Anand Sharma, senior Congress leader, with us. Supriya, the Congress is discussing the GST. The whole BJP cabinet is at the Election Commission.
Well, absolutely, yes, Rahul. I would like to show you scenes at Congress headquarters. You can see that it's all quiet here, despite being large number of senior leaders present inside that very room. You can see that white color room where all these people are standing. That is the room where the CWC meet is taking place. And who's who from the Congress party, right from Congress President to Dr. Manmohan Singh are present there. Right now, they're completely tight-lipped about the entire issue which is happening in Gujarat. Only 2 senior leaders, one is Randeep Singh Surjewala and RPN Singh, had gone to the Election Commission. On the other hand, we are seeing that the entire BJP now is camping at the Election Commission and trying to sort out things as far as Gujarat election is concerned. I have been joined by Mr. Alok Sharma. Sir, पूरा का पूरा बीजेपी इलेक्शन कमीशन में बैठा है, सारी की सारी कांग्रेस अंदर बैठी है और बिल्कुल सन्नाटा छाया हुआ है, ऐसा क्यों?
Congress have complete faith in all the constitutional bodies, so we have complete faith on election commission also. BJP if wants to
Rupani, Chief Minister Gujarat is speaking at this time. Supriya, I hold that thought, I come back to you.
जो ऑब्जर्वर रखे उसका आदेश है और हमारा ये मानना है कि ऐसे निराधार विषयों के कारण चुनाव प्रक्रिया को रोकना, वोटिंग की प्रक्रिया को रोकना कांग्रेस पार्टी की हताशा को और उनके वैचारिक दिवालियेपन को दर्शाता है। ये भी दर्शाता है कि कांग्रेस अब किसी भी प्रकार से राजनीति में हताशा को लेकर के ठीकरा फोड़ना चाहती है। वो लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से जो चुनाव आयोग के ऑब्जर्वेशन में चुनाव हो रहा है उसका कोई सही जवाब नहीं देना चाहते और हम चाहते हैं कि ये चुनाव की मतगणना शीघ्र होनी चाहिए जो पूरी नियमों के अंतर्गत हो रही है और हम चाहते हैं कि इस गणना को देकर के गुजरात के जनता का जो मैंडेट है वह स्पष्ट रूप से सबके सामने आए।
कांग्रेस का कहना है कि सुबह 9:30 बजे कांग्रेस का कहना है कि सुबह 9:30 बजे उन्होंने ऑब्जेक्शन उठाया था और इलेक्शन का यहाँ पर जो रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर है उनका ये कहना था कि हम वीडियोग्राफी देखेंगे और उसके बाद डिसीजन लेंगे, उसके बाद वो इलेक्शन, ऐसा उनका कहना है।
अच्छा, 9:30 बजे ऑब्जेक्शन दिखाया जी, उसके बाद शाम को बैलेट बंद हुआ जी, उसके बाद फॉर्म 6 दिया जाता है जी, सारे वैलिड वोट का जो फॉर्म लेकर के उनके प्रतिनिधि चले गए तो उन्होंने तो नहीं कहा कि ये इनवैलिड वोट था। भाई जब कोई भी चुनाव में जब मतदान में बैलेट डाला जाता है और लास्ट में जब चुनाव होता है तो मतदान अधिकारी हर पार्टी को एक देता है कि इतने बैलेट पत्र यूज किए गए, वो तो लेके चले गए। बाद में उनको 6 बजे दिल्ली में क्या ध्यान आया?
सच्चाई है उनका आरोप है कि कितनी सच्चाई है, अरे एक मिनट, कितनी सच्चाई है, कितनी सच्चाई है उनके आरोप में?
मेरे सारे विषयों को सुनने के बाद जब उन्होंने खुद फॉर्म 6 का एक वैलिड वोट प्राप्त कर लिया, कंडक्ट ऑफ इलेक्शन रूल के सेक्शन 39 के तहत उन्होंने कोई बैलेट को टेंडर नहीं कराया, निरस्त नहीं कराया, अलग रखने की बात नहीं करी। 5 घंटे तक वो लोग चुपचाप बैठे रहे। जब उनको ये पूरी तरीके से पता लग गया कि उनके ताश के पत्ते का महल ढह गया, उनकी सल्तनत चली गई, तो उनके ये हताशा के स्वर हैं।
क्या कांग्रेस की विधायक को दिखाया था कि नहीं दिखाया था?
कुछ नहीं, उन्होंने राज्यसभा चुनाव में विजय हो रहे हैं और ये हमारी विजय ही कांग्रेस को स्वीकार नहीं हो रही है। धन्यवाद।
अभी वोटिंग रुक गया है, अभी काउंटिंग रुक गया है। अमित शाह को दिखाया था कि नहीं उन्होंने?
Bhupender Yadav, he's Amit Shah's key lieutenant, fights elections for Amit Shah wherever Amit Shah is involved, like he was in Uttar Pradesh. Bhupender Yadav is the man in the back room driving the strategy. He's come out and he makes an important point there. You know, and I want to put that question to Tom Vadakar of the Congress. The BJP is saying, when they went out and voted, at that time you didn't think of the section 39. Suddenly, when voting is over, because you know that you're losing, he alleges, you want to complain, you want to get these 2 rebel MLA votes disqualified. Why didn't you say this when you saw it happen? That's a good question. Respond to the BJP.
Mr. Yadav, I don't know what the temperature in Gandhinagar is, but was perspiring heavily while he was making these claims. At 9:30 in the morning, there was a complaint lodged, and this is the candid camera which has caught it, that the paper was being shown to the Bharatiya Janata Party person. The objection was raised.
Now, how do you know that the candid camera saw this? You haven't seen the candid camera, Tom Vadakar.
The election. No, just a minute. The candid camera has been seen by the electoral officers. That is the same candid camera that has gone to the Election Commission for a decision. And it is the same candid camera that has captured the picture of what the entire cabinet has gone. Why is the cabinet there? The cabinet is there on a similar claim.
Fair point.
They did not say anything at that point.
Let Sambit Patra of the BJP respond, because somewhere the BJP strategists realized that these 2 votes could get disqualified, which is why the whole cabinet has gone rushing, getting a Congress vote disqualified. If you thought you were strong, Jaitley wouldn't be there leaving all his work. 2 ministries are left. he's in the Election Commission himself at this time.
2 points. One point that Mr. Bhupendra Yadav rightly stated was, as per the rules, if you wanted disqualification, it had to be demanded then and there. And once the ballot papers go inside the ballot box, there's nothing called as disqualification. In the precedences also, all the disqualification is done even before the ballot boxes, the ballot papers are dropped into the ballot boxes, number one. Number two, as far as the terminology desperation and perspiration is concerned, let me tell you, it's an irony that despite the fact that Bharatiya Janata Party...
I've got breaking news coming in. Arun Jaitley and the entire BJP delegation has left from the Election Commission. That meeting with A.K. Jyoti, Chief Election Commissioner, is over. They've left for the Election Commission. That's the breaking news. We've just got Poulomi Saha is joining us from right outside. Poulomi, tell us what you know. What are you seeing around you?
Well, just now, the union ministers who were present inside the Election Commission for the past 15 to 20 minutes, Union Minister Arun Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, PP Chaudhary, they've just stepped out of the Election Commission. We're just waiting to see if any one of them or the BJP sends forward a representative to speak to the media as well as to what exactly transpired and what is the word that they're getting from the Election Commission on this cliffhanger of an election that we're witnessing in Gujarat. But the BJP... It was with regard to the complaint that they brought forward to the Election Commission vis-a-vis cancelling the vote of Congress MLA Mitesh Garasia, who they say is also one of those Congress legislators who did not show his ballot papers after casting his vote to his own polling agent but to someone else. So if Congress's plea of cancelling the votes of two other legislators is to be accepted, then this legislator's vote needs to be cancelled as well. And the Election Commission can, of course, go through...
Is there any word right now, Poulomi, from the EC whether this verdict, this decision will come today? Will the decision be postponed till tomorrow? Because remember, we're on a breaking news cycle. The BJP and the Congress are anxious, but the Election Commission will do its duty and will take its time. They're in no hurry. They're not going to respond to a 24/7 breaking news cycle.
Right. Rahul, I'm not sure if you're getting the live feed right now, because the union ministers are coming forward right now to speak with
Okay, let's listen.
Ravi Shankar Prasad.
Just put the phone out. While we wait.
Sure. I'll put the phone.
सर मेरे पीछे अरे भाई क्यों हिला रहे हो भाई कौन है यार ये बंदा गेट खुलवा दीजिए
You see in those images Ravi Shankar Prasad, Nirmala Sitharaman, PP Chaudhary, Dharmender Yadav, Dharmender Pradhan, all the BJP top guns. Let's listen to what they're saying.
न्यूज़ नेशन सर को बाहर आने दो मेरे पीछे
स्पेस दो थोड़ा घेरा बना लो
It's quite unprecedented because we are being told that in a moment from now a Congress delegation which will include Anand Sharma, Randeep Singh Surjewala, they will be going to the EC to file a counter complaint. It's all happening this evening here. One Rajya Sabha seat and you'll think it's the Lok Sabha battle which is on at this time. Let's listen to the BJP delegation now. Is also speaking in Ahmedabad. Let's listen to Ahmed Patel. We're trying to get this live feed. You got two sets of live images coming in. We're just waiting for that BJP delegation. Ravi Shankar Prasad is going to start speaking. Okay, let's listen to Ravi Shankar Prasad. He's just waiting for the cameras to settle before he starts speaking. And Ahmed Patel is expected to speak in a moment from now in Ahmedabad as well.
Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad.
एक मिनट थोड़ा
यार भाई सर
नीचे
ये लो यार भाई
अभी
आप पीछे करिए माइक सर नीचे करिए माइक
ओके शुरू करें अभी इलेक्शन कमीशन में माननीय अरुण जेटली जी की अगुवाई में हम लोग
क्या
होता रहा, कांग्रेस पार्टी देखती रही, उन्होंने प्रोटेस्ट नहीं किया और लास्ट में
नहीं हमने तुरंत इमीडिएटली प्रोटेस्ट किया हुआ, लिख के दिया हुआ है, बट रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर ने कुछ नहीं किया।
सेंट्रल मिनिस्टर जा रहे हैं सर, इसी अरुण जेटली जा रहे हैं।
हाँ, तो लेट देम गो, दे शुड गो। इट मींस दे आर पैनिक, दे आर वरीड। So immediately complaint was filed, immediately, and returning officer didn't take any action. So now we have approached the election commission, central election commission. Pardon? Let us say we should wait for till the election commission's order.
Sir, the Janata Dal United said that the
forget about the result. Let the result come. Now counting. Let the counting take place now.
But sir, you're not
sounding in the No, I am very much confident. But let us counting तो होने दो बाबा. I am very much confident. यार क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
ऑब्जर्वर भी अपनी बात कह देता है, और जब वोटिंग खत्म हुई तो फॉर्म 6 में उनको बता दिया गया कितनी वोटिंग पड़ी है। तो अब जब कांग्रेस को लग रहा है कि हम हार रहे हैं, तो बेबुनियाद आरोप लगा रहे हैं जो कभी नहीं लगाया गया था। इसलिए हम लोगों ने चुनाव आयोग से बार बार कहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के इस हार की हताशा के लिए फिशिंग इंक्वायरी का मौका नहीं दिया जाए। इसीलिए अरुण जेटली जी आए, हम सभी आए, हमने चुनाव आयोग को साफ साफ कहा है कि एक बार जब बैलेट पेपर बक्से में बंद हो गए तो कहां से खोजेंगे कि दो किसके थे। ये क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी कहना चाहती है? एक नया तरीका बनाना चाहती है? तो कांग्रेस पार्टी अपनी हार से बौखलाई हुई है। इसीलिए हमने चुनाव आयोग को विनम्रता से अपील किया है कि आपकी गरिमा है, ये बहुत बड़ा पद है। अगर ऑब्जर्वर ने कुछ नहीं कहा, अगर रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर ने कुछ नहीं कहा, जब दोनों बैलेट पेपर बैलेट बॉक्स में चले गए, तो अब इनके पास अब कोई विकल्प नहीं है। अगर लड़ना है तो जाए इलेक्शन कमीशन पिटीशन जाए, अगर कोर्ट ऑर्डर करेगा तभी वो खुल सकता है। इसलिए हम लोग
टेक्निकल पॉइंट जरा आप लोग देख लें। कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट ऑफ इलेक्शन रूल्स जो है उसमें सेक्शन 39(5) ये प्रावधान देता है कि अगर इलेक्शन प्रोसीजर में किसी प्रकार का बाधा है या प्रोसीजर फॉलो नहीं होता है, तो जो प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर है वो वार्निंग देने के बाद उस पर्टिकुलर वोट को कैंसिल कर सकता है और कैंसिल करके साइड में रख सकता है। ये दोनों वोट 9:20 के आसपास सुबह पड़े हैं। ये वोट पढ़ने के बाद उस वोट पढ़ने तक भी किसी ने कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं ली। अकॉर्डिंगली ये वोट अंदर डब्बे में चला गया है। इलेक्शन प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर का निर्णय इन चीजों में फाइनल होता है। ऐसी कोई संभावना या प्रावधान कानून में नहीं है जिसके तहत एक बार प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर ने तय कर लिया कि कोई बाधा नहीं हुई है, वोट डब्बे के अंदर पड़ गया। इसके ऑब्जर्वर भी वहाँ पे दो सेंट्रल ऑब्जर्वर थे, दोनों ऑब्जर्वर के सामने पूरी वीडियोग्राफी हुई है इलेक्शन प्रोसेस की। बीजेपी के कैंडिडेट तो 20-22 फुट दूर बैठे थे और राज्यसभा का एक विशेष इलेक्शन का प्रावधान 2002 से है जिससे सीक्रेसी को आज रखा नहीं जाता है। जो उनके इलेक्शन एजेंट है उसको वोट दिखाया जाता है, किसको वोट दिया जा रहा है वो इलेक्शन एजेंट को दिखा के फिर मत पट्टी में मत गणना के डब्बे में डाला जाता है। अब जब उसने एक बार वो वोट अपने इलेक्शन एजेंट को दिखा दिया तो अब तो उस इलेक्शन एजेंट को पता है कि किसको वोट दे रहा है। उसके बाद वो इलेक्शन एजेंट बाहर जाके 100 लोगों को बता दे, सीक्रेसी तो कोई रही नहीं। तो बाहर जाने के बाद और 3 बजे दोपहर को, सुबह से 3 बजे तक कांग्रेस दावा कर रही थी कि हम जीत रहे हैं, 45 वोट 46 वोट आप सब ने अपने अपने टीवी पे, रेडियो पे, पेपर में बताया कि जीत रहे हैं। 3 बजे के बाद तब उनको अगर ये ध्यान में आता है कि इलेक्शन एजेंट को तो पता ही था किसको किसने वोट दिया है, तो उसके बाद वो बोलना, ऑब्जेक्शन रेज करना और अब पूरी मतगणना के ऊपर प्रश्न चिन्ह उठाना, मैं समझता हूँ ये बौखलाई हुई कांग्रेस एक सम्मान नहीं करती है इलेक्शन प्रोसेस का। वो आर्टिकल 324 का दुरुपयोग करना चाहती है। 324 में किसी को भी ये अधिकार नहीं है कि एक कंप्लीटेड इलेक्शन प्रोसेस को रद्द किया जा सकते। एक बार मत पट्टी में वोट पड़ गया, उसके बाद इलेक्शन पिटीशन के अलावा और कोई रास्ता नहीं है जिससे ये वोट वोटिंग प्रोसेस को रोका जा सके। हमने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि तुरंत काउंटिंग शुरू की जाए और काउंटिंग का निर्णय हमें नहीं मालूम क्या होगा, शायद उनको ज्यादा अच्छा मालूम है क्योंकि उनके वोटर ने उन्हीं को दिखाया है। हमें तो अपने वोटर पे पूरा पक्का भरोसा है, अगर उनको ये भरोसा नहीं है।
जी नितेश घरासिया जी की कैंडिडेट से कैंसिल कर दी सर, दे दी रविशंकर सर
कांग्रेस तो वो 9:20 पे उन्होंने अपने आदमी को दिखाया। अगर ऐसा होता तो 9:20 से सुबह से आपके टीवी पे हल्ला चल रहा होता, आखिर 9:20 से 3 बजे तक ऐसा कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है।
एक मिनट, अगर उन्होंने दिखाया तो उन्होंने ऑब्जेक्शन किया, जब मालूम हुआ कि हार रहे हैं तो 3 बजे के बाद शुरू किया। क्या रूल 39 में उन्होंने टेंडर किया कि आप इसको अलग रखिए? उन्होंने क्या कहा? उन्होंने क्या इसको कहा? ऑब्जर्वर को कहा? कुछ नहीं किया। क्या आज जब सब कुछ कंप्लीट हो गया, जब उनको मालूम हुआ कि हार सकते हैं, तब ये शुरू किया गया है? इसीलिए हमने एक बात और भी है, एक बात और, इलेक्शन कमीशन ने फरवरी 2010 में एक सर्कुलर दिया है कि ऑब्जर्वर कैसे काम करेगा और ऑब्जर्वर के डूज एंड डोंट्स बताए। उसमें भी ऑब्जर्वर की रिपोर्ट ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। तो कांग्रेस पार्टी हार की हताशा में है, इसीलिए हम लोग को यहाँ आना पड़ा कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जानबूझकर एक स्पार्टे तथ्यों को रखा।
अभी सर वो अभी ऐसे कह रहे कि
कैंसिलेशन ऑफ वोट फॉर नितेश घरासिया।
सर आपने दो कांग्रेस के 2 विधायक,
बीजेपी हैज नॉट सॉट द कैंसिलेशन ऑफ नितेश घरासिया's vote।
शैलेश परमार
We have only said start the counting, declare the result.
सर आप कांग्रेस के 2 विधायकों
किसका पकड़ो
Okay, that's the BJP delegation there going out, registering a complaint. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Piyush Goyal there speaking and saying that why is the Congress waking up late? Why are they at the last moment demanding that these votes be cancelled? Why did they not speak earlier? Ahmed Patel, who was speaking before this, saying that we immediately registered a complaint at that moment itself. Rahul Srivastava, what are you making of all that we've seen? Both, look at Ahmed, just take out that short full frame please. Ahmed Patel's body language. Remember, you've got a full BJP armada versus this one man. He's been left to fight for himself. He's looking anguished. Is that just tension or is it betraying anxiety about impending defeat?
Rahul, you've got a really good moment, you know. This is a very telling moment. I have seen Ahmed Patel over the last so many years. Mr. Cool. He is unflappable always. And if you see him over the last 2 days, Ahmed Patel going out and meeting the MLAs to receive them, that was a moment. He was one man around whom chief ministers of all the states.
Anand Sharma of the Congress is speaking just now. The CWC meeting has ended. Let's listen to what he said.
अधिवेशन में पारित किया, जिसमें महात्मा गांधी के नेतृत्व में एक आह्वान किया गया अंग्रेजों को हिंदुस्तान छोड़ने का। कांग्रेस कार्यकारिणी ने प्रस्ताव पारित किया है, जिसमें हवाला दिया गया है 8 अगस्त 1942 के प्रस्ताव का, और उसके बाद उसी दिन रात को, मध्य रात्रि को, कांग्रेस का तमाम राष्ट्रीय और राज्यों का नेतृत्व गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया। लगभग 3 साल तक कांग्रेस के नेता अंग्रेज़ों की कैद में रहे और 9 अगस्त से हिंदुस्तान के लोगों ने आज़ादी की जंग शुरू की, जो आखिरी लड़ाई थी, जिसमें लाखों लोग शामिल हुए। किसान थे, मजदूर थे, छात्र थे, सबसे आगे, यहाँ तक कि सरकारी कर्मचारी, उद्योगपति, सब लोग उसमें शामिल हुए। हज़ारों लोग अंग्रेजी की गोलियों से मारे गए, उनका स्मरण किया गया और अपने आप को हमने पुनः समर्पित किया है उन मूल्यों और सिद्धांतों को जो आज़ादी के स्वतंत्रता संग्रामियों ने हमको दिया था। और आज के समय में जो भारत के संवैधानिक मूल्यों पर और उस समय के सिद्धांत और भावना पर चोट पहुंचाई जा रही है, उसका निरंतर विरोध करने का भी हमने निर्णय किया है।
There, speaking about what was discussed at the CWC meeting, he's going to be leading a delegation. Ashok Gehlot's in that delegation. They'll be going and registering a counter complaint to the complaint the BJP just registered. Poulomi Saha is at the Election Commission. Poulomi, these BJP ministers are coming out and saying they're not wanting that one Congress MLA's vote be cancelled.
No. That's right. That's what Ravi Shankar Prasad just said. That was the question that we put to him, asking him whether the BJP had also saw the cancellation of Mitesh Garasia's vote, and he denied having done anything of that nature, that the BJP delegation did not go in and demand the cancellation of Mitesh Garasia's vote. What they in fact stressed on is why is the Congress, they made their own representation after the Congress petitioned the Election Commission that 2 Congress legislators' votes need to be cancelled because they showed their ballot papers to someone else, allegedly towards the BJP and Mr. Amit Shah himself, and not towards their own polling agent, and that this is violative of Election Commission rules. What they said is that this was known to them. Roughly these 2 legislators put in and cast their ballot around 9:20ish this morning. So why did it take them all of this time until 3 p.m. onwards when they started creating a hue and cry over this? After the ballot papers had gone into the box, the presiding officers were there. They could have red flagged it about it as well. There were central observers who were sent from the Election Commission as well to ensure that the elections happen in a fair and transparent manner. They were there. They did not red flag it to anyone until the time came for those ballot boxes to be opened and the counting process to begin, and that's when they red flagged this issue. And that is what the BJP petitioned the Election Commissioner about, is that their plea should not be heard, in fact, and should not be entertained, because this has come at the nth hour only because allegedly the Congress is looking into the eyes of defeat, that the media had started doing its number crunching and was predicting a BJP win, and that's why the Congress in a sense got into a panic mode and decided to apply this strategy, and that's what the union ministers who just came out of the Election Commission told the media.
Thanks, Poulomi. I think you need to go very quickly and see if we can speak to some of these BJP ministers. We are being told that the Congress is going to lead a counter delegation to complain. We're also just receiving word from inside the Election Commission that the BJP meeting, after the BJP delegation made this presentation, the meeting has started again. Rahul Srivastav has more information. The meeting commencing once more on the back of this BJP delegation filing this complaint.
Very complex. That's what EC sources are saying, Rahul. That's a very complex situation because the votes are inside the ballot boxes. The complaints are coming and there are counter complaints coming in. The EC will have to examine a much larger spectrum of elements as far as the complaints are concerned now. And that is why the EC says that now is a situation that in which it cannot ask the counting to start. Now, what does it really mean? That will it be an all-night affair?
Okay, I've got some breaking news coming in. The Gujarat Chief Electoral Officer, B.B. Swain, has spoken to local journalists. He's saying, as per the rule, counting has to be done today itself. So this is interesting. We were just discussing with our panelists whether this can be pushed for tomorrow, but the Gujarat Chief Electoral Officer, B.B. Swain, is saying that the Election Commission's decision is awaited. We are waiting for that decision for the green signal for counting to start. As per the rule, he says, counting has to be done today. That's the electoral officer saying this big game of thrones in Gujarat has to end. We will know who will be sitting on this iron throne. I want to cut once again to Anand Sharma, senior leader of the Congress party. He's speaking on the back of this meeting at the Congress Working Committee in the Congress headquarters in Delhi getting over. Let's listen to Anand Sharma.
और उसके कानून के दायरे में वो बाहर कोई बात नहीं हो सकती. नियम बड़ा स्पष्ट है. राज्यसभा चुनाव का विप होती है, ओपन वोट होता है जो अपनी पार्टी के विप को दिखाया जाता है. अगर किसी विधायक दूसरे दल के विप को और उनके नेतृत्व को वोट जाकर दिखाया है, वो वोट इनवैलिड माना जाता है. आपको याद होगा अभी कुछ समय पहले जब गलती से हमारे ही एक नेता ने, साथी ने हरियाणा के चुनाव में अपना वोट दिखा दिया था तो वो वोट रद्द कर दिया गया था. बाकी उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए ही ये इसकी मतगणना होनी चाहिए.
गुजरात के सीईओ हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से, वो कह रहे हैं कि काउंटिंग आ रही होगी, आज पर रूल आ रही होनी चाहिए.
नहीं, आज ही करें बिल्कुल, पर रूल के बाहर जाके ना. जिन्होंने वोट खुला जाकर बीजेपी को दिखाया उसको रद्द करें. धन्यवाद।
That is Anand Sharma of the Congress party. They're going to lead a counter delegation. It's all happening and we're tracking this entire development. I want to show you now Ahmed Patel's comment. Look at his, we're not reading too much, but just look very carefully at his facial expressions. Look at his body language. There is a high level of anxiety. And naturally, he's up against the might of the most formidable electoral machine India has seen recently, the might of the Modi-Shah juggernaut. And they've gone all out against him. Here is Ahmed Patel speaking a short while before now.
Returning officer ने कुछ नहीं किया.
Even central minister जा रहे हैं sir, इसी अरुण जेटली जा रहे हैं.
हाँ, तो let them go. They should go. It means they are panic. They are worried.
No, is it that are you alleging that there's pressure on the election commission? That's what you've been alleging.
So immediately complaint was filed. Immediately, and returning officer didn't take any action. So now we have approached the election commission, central election commission. Pardon? Let us say we should wait for till the election commission's order.
Sir, the Janata Dal United said that the
forget about the result. Let the result come. Now counting. Let the counting take place now.
But sir, you're not sounding in the afternoon.
No, I am very much confident. But let us counting तो होने दो बाबा. I am very much confident. यार क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
Okay, that is Anand. That is Ahmed Patel speaking in Ahmedabad. He's sounding very, very confident. Rahul Srivastava has some information from the Election Commission. This Game of Thrones, it took 7 seasons to figure out who. We still don't know who will sit on the Iron Throne, but we'll know who will sit on Gujarat's Iron Throne today.
Rahul, what EC sources are saying that the process of counting which had started has to be completed today, even if...
Why is that?
The rule says such that it cannot be folded back, or it has a larger exercise that the EC has to take, that all the papers and all the ballot papers have to be put back because they have been taken out for counting. Now, in that process, the election commission has to go to countermount the counting. That's a much larger process. So, EC sources are saying it may take even at 11 o'clock because the way the delay is that even the Congress delegation is coming, they will take into frame all the protests and memorandums, and then only, but counting will remain stalled till everybody
Rajdeep
is satisfied.
Sardesai is joining us. He's been working the phone lines, also getting some chai and some biscuits while we're in the studio. Rajdeep, what are your sources telling you?
I just spoke to Supriya Sule of the NCP because this election hinges, forget what's happening in the EC. Either way, whatever the EC decides, we need to know the numbers. If Chotu Vasava...
bear with me for a moment because Maushami Singh is with a whole bunch of Congress leaders as they come out of the CWC meeting. Let's listen to Maushami Singh.
अरुण जेटली के साथ लेके सारे केंद्रीय मंत्रियों की फौज पहुंच गई है इलेक्शन कमीशन. आपको लगता है बिल्कुल जो है ये
तो है डेमोक्रेसी खत्म करने का यही काम ये लोग कर रहे हैं. यही तो बात अभी हम कर रहे थे.
क्या लगता है सर आपको कि जीतेगी कि हारेंगे अहमद पटेल? तो आपको लगता है अनैतिक रास्तों का इस्तेमाल किया है भाजपा ने यहाँ पे सर? अनैतिकता की सारी हद
नहीं, अभी जाना मुझे ट्रेन नहीं है.
तो यहाँ पे सुशील कुमार शिंदे, आपको बता दें कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी की बैठक खत्म हो गई है और तमाम नेताओं के आने जाने का जो सिलसिला है वो भी आप सब नेता बाहर निकल रहे हैं. हम लोग बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे. सर क्या बातचीत हुई?
वो स्पोक पर्सन बोलेंगे, हम नहीं बोलेंगे.
सर गुजरात के चुनाव पे कुछ चर्चा हुई थी कि क्या होगा, जीत ये किस तरह से बीजेपी अनैतिक रास्तों
के ऊपर नहीं हुआ. ये फ्रीडम पार्टी के ऊपर, फ्रीडम का स्ट्रगल के ऊपर हुआ और राहुल गांधी के ऊपर जो अटैक हुआ उसके ऊपर हुआ.
तो राहुल गांधी पर जो हमला हुआ उस पर चर्चा हुई. सर क्या in Gujarat, sir, this is a battle of nerves also and a battle of prestige. BJP has gone to the election commission again.
Election commission knows how to deal with that. So they should not take any time in deciding matters.
So Rahul Gandhi पर जो अटैक हुआ था उस पर क्या फैसला हुआ? आप लोगों का क्या चर्चा हुई?
अभी they'll brief you thoroughly.
आपको लगता है कि बीजेपी has actually used means which are actually unethical election में?
Let the election commission come out with their statement.
तो यहाँ पे नेताओं की आने का सिलसिला है। आरपीएन सिंह साहब,
इलेक्शन कमीशन जा रहे हैं, इलेक्शन कमीशन।
क्या आप दोबारा आप लोग क्यों जा रहे हैं? मतलब 1.5 घंटे में दोबारा क्यों जा रहे हैं?
हम चाहते हैं कि वो जो वहाँ हुआ है, उसको जो 2 विधायकों ने दिया है वो रद्द होना चाहिए। उसके लिए हम फिर इलेक्शन कमीशन जा रहे हैं।
पूरी फौज उनकी अरुण जेटली साहब से लेके रविशंकर प्रसाद।
आप समझ सकते हैं कि जब सही निर्णय भी इलेक्शन कमीशन लेना चाहता है तो किस तरह का दबाव ये सरकार बना रही है। पूरे देश ने देखा है कि 2 लोगों ने वो अपना मत सबको दिखाया है। वो बिल्कुल अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है, उनका वोट कैंसिल होना चाहिए।
रणदीप जी, आप खुद जो है, रणदीप जी आपने खुद एक बार इसी तरह से वोट डाला था जो गैर अवैध करार किया गया था। आपको लगता है देरी कर रही है इलेक्शन?
ये वोट खारिज होनी चाहिए और चुनाव आयोग को सही निर्णय करेगा, हमें ऐसी उम्मीद है।
दोबारा जाने का क्या कारण है?
कानून और संविधान अपना काम करे, हमारा केवल इतना लक्ष्य है।
क्योंकि आप अभी पहले भी गए थे सर, तो दोबारा क्यों जा रहे हैं? मतलब
कानून और संविधान अपना काम करे और भाजपा नाजायज दबाव न डाले, अपने पद का दुरुपयोग ना करे।
तो साफ तौर पे आप सुन रहे हैं गहलोत साहब, क्या लग रहा है जीतेंगे कि हारेंगे? तो यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं आपके अशोक गहलोत जो कि इंचार्ज है, जनरल सेक्रेटरी इंचार्ज, वो जा रहे हैं। सर, क्या आपको लगता है दबाव बनाने की कोशिश है अरुण जेटली से लेकर?
पूरी सरकार कांग्रेस को कैंडिडेट को हराने के लिए है। अभी तक तो हम एमएलएज को दोष देते थे, लेकिन हमें मालूम नहीं था कि केंद्रीय सरकार भी इसके पीछे है।
5 मंत्री चले गए सर वहाँ पे।
हाँ, तो इससे लगता है पूरी भारत सरकार हराने में लगी।
पूरी भारत सरकार हराने में लगी। आप देख रहे हैं कि पी चिदम्बरम से लेके गुलाम नबी आजाद, अशोक गहलोत, रणदीप सुरजेवाला और पूरी फौज कांग्रेस की अब दोबारा 2 घंटे के भीतर ही एक बार फिर से एक तरह से कहें बीजेपी के खिलाफ हल्ला बोल रही है। पिंग पोंग की तरह दोनों लोग आपस में इस पूरे गेम को, सियासी गेम को खेल रहे हैं। और आप देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से जैसे ही सीडब्ल्यूसी खत्म हुई है, तमाम दिग्गज नेता रणदीप सुरजेवाला।
Okay, we've got breaking news coming in. Gulam Nabi Azad, P Chidambaram, Anand Sharma, Randeep Singh Surjewala, Raj Babbar, RPN Singh. A heavyweight Congress delegation now, Rajdeep Sardesai heading to the election commission. Counter complaint this time.
In fact, I just tweeted a little while ago that it seemed very strange that while the BJP had sent 5 led by the law minister and the commerce minister to the EC, the Congress initially sent Randeep Singh Surjewala and RPN Singh, who relatively are mid-level leaders and are spokespersons. Clearly, the Congress has realized that the stakes are much higher. Therefore, you need to sort of, in a way, raise the stakes by bringing the likes of Mr. Chidambaram and Anand Sharma and others into this game. And it is a game. It's a political chess game that's being played. Both sides are trying to put pressure on the election commission either to take a quick decision or to take a decision that they believe is in their interest. And frankly, those 2 MLAs disqualified would change the nature of this election. And as a result, there is a sense of almost desperation on one side and hunger on the other. My own belief is that the Congress's key is still with Chotu Vasava and Bosky Patel. And from what I gather, both of them have gone on record to say they voted for Ahmed Patel. So why is the Congress so nervous? You know, this reminds me of
Why is the Congress nervous, you think?
I don't know. I think the Congress somewhere fears that what is it that Amit Shah has up his sleeve. Look, Amit Shah and Narendra Modi have built such an aura of invincibility around themselves that the Congress has lost its nerve. That's my sense. You see even Ahmed Patel now.
What could?
I think they're not sure about Bosky Patel in particular. Praful Patel has switched off his phone.
Some of the votes could get disqualified also. Some of the votes can get disqualified. They can say he didn't vote properly in the...
I think they're just worried that...
Ambika Soni speaking. Let's listen.
Well, sometimes these things happen. We will look into it. I can't say because there are a lot of claims and counter claims being made. We don't know. We are only hearing what's coming out. It will only be afterwards when the whole thing is finalized. We'll know who voted where.
Okay, Ambika Soni there, the Congress moving a heavyweight delegation, but the big story, if you're just tuning in at this time, there is a game of intrigue. There's a game of high stakes political drama playing out as Ahmed Patel fights the battle of his life. So far he was by himself. It's only over the last few minutes that we've seen the might of the Congress machine. It's after they've seen Ravi Shankar Prasad, Arun Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman and the entire BJP top brass go to the CEC that they've woken up and have sent this heavyweight Congress delegation. Rahul Srivastava meanwhile is reporting that the Prime Minister is monitoring what's happening himself.
Everything. He is at his Lok Kalyan Marg home and is monitoring, and top sources are saying that he has various inputs going in from the Prime Minister's office also. Rahul, one interesting element that the BJP is stressing on is perhaps could be the reason why the Congress is worried that are they too late in protesting in demanding the disqualification element as far as these two is concerned, because the Form 6 that is being talked about, that the number of votes polled has already been specified to the political parties. If that happens, the BJP's argument is...
But that's a very good point. Why didn't they wake up earlier? Why are they waking up now? And why didn't they wake up earlier? Although Rajdeep, Ahmed Patel, to his credit, says that we complained right then, but the electoral officer didn't take cognizance. Look, but why didn't they make a bigger noise earlier?
Look, at the end of the day, this has been a strange day. In the first half of the day, till about 1 o'clock, it appeared as if the BJP believed that this was a done deal. From about 1 to 4, it appeared that the Congress felt this was a done deal. At 4 o'clock, there was this question mark over which direction had the NCP MLA voted in, which direction had the JDU MLA voted in, and there was a feeling that the BJP was winning. So I think because of this turbulence...
Okay, there's a tweet that's been put out just a moment before now, which could signal what the EC may do. Remember, and I want to say this very clearly, I'm not preempting what the EC may decide, but the Congress doesn't seem happy with the way these EC meetings have gone down, because Shakti Singh Goel has said just 2 minutes before now, वोटिंग का वीडियो पूरा क्यों नहीं दिखाते हैं, क्यों वीडियो के टुकड़े करते हैं, उसी क्षण हमारा विरोध था, कैमरे से ही वीडियो देखने की मांग क्यों खारिज की गई, which possibly means, this is the biggest indication we've got so far, that the Congress fears, Shakti Singh Goel is one of their tall leaders in Gujarat, he clearly fears that this decision will go against them, which is why he's saying that they're not being shown the full video. Shakti Singh Goel just moments before now. Some more leaders are speaking at this time after that CWC meeting. Let's listen in.
I have been joined by Congress senior leader Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge as well as Mr. Venugopal. Sir, as far as Gujarat is concerned, right from Gujarat to Election Commission, there is entire action happening tonight. First it was the Congress which reached there, then the counting was stopped, then who's who from the BJP ended up in Election Commission, and now once again it's the Congress which is going.
See, till the election results are over, these types of objections will continue. Particularly BJP people have gone to Election Commission. They are insisting that the result should be out. At the same time, our people have also reached there now. So let us see what the Election Commission's suggestion or contention. After Election Commission views, then only we can see.
Sir, but somewhere, how do you see this entire election which has taken place? One seat and so much of drama, sir.
No, this is the drama by BJP, not from us. We had a sufficient majority. They destroyed. They used their muscle power. They used money. They used influence. They want to defeat one candidate. They are spending crores of rupees. This is the democracy. This type of democracy they are following.
What next, sir? You'll be fighting tooth and nail about this?
Yeah, we are fighting according to...
Well, this is what Mr. Kharge has to say. Also here present is Mr. A.K. Antony, who's a very senior leader, sir. What to make of the democracy?
Already whatever is needed, already yes.
But the way things are happening, okay, let's try to have a word with Mr. Digvijay Singh. Mr. Singh, sir, right from Gujarat to Delhi, the Congress as well as BJP is running from pillar to post for just one Rajya Sabha seat. How big is now this fight between BJP and Congress?
our spokesperson will respond to this.
No, but the way things are panning out, sir, BJP is saying...
In the AICC, it is only the spokesperson who responds.
But sir, the way things are panning out, Mr. Ahmed Patel is your colleague also.
In the AICC, it is only spokesperson who responds.
Well, this is what Mr. Digvijay Singh has to maintain. As far as the other senior Congress leaders are concerned, we are seeing the situation which is panning out now over here. We'll try to get a word from Mr. Venugopal, who's also heading towards this entire thing. Well, as far as the Congress party is concerned, the leaders have left very quietly. They're not keen to talk about the entire issue. We just heard what Mr. Digvijay Singh said. He said only the spokesperson are allowed to say. So somewhere we are seeing that how the situation is. With my journalist Shakil Supriya, Bharadwaj for India Today in Delhi.
Got breaking news coming in that a BJP delegation is going to go back. Yes, you heard that right. After Arun Jaitley, Piyush Goyal and Nirmala Sitharaman, Dharmendra Pradhan, PP Chaudhary, all of them went and met the election commission. They came back, they had a strategy meeting at Arun Jaitley's house. Now another BJP delegation will go. This will follow on the heels of this Congress delegation. This is a delegation versus delegation. Congress and BJP fighting like a Lok Sabha election is at stake at this, Rahul.
Rahul, it almost seems as if there used to be in olden days, Rajdeep has also reported on them, those number game wars with the governor, and there used to be delegation after delegation going to prove that they have the better numbers, X is with them and Y is not with them. Rahul, they will not leave any option unexplored.
No, but what is the second delegation going to tell the election commissioner? What they didn't tell in the first delegation, which went 30 minutes ago?
We were told, Rahul, that there was a meeting going on. There was a meeting going on, and now that...
meeting?
There was a meeting going on after the meeting.
What are you complaining
after
about
the
now?
meeting with the EC, there was a meeting going on led by Arun Jaitley, and I think they will go right after the Congress delegation goes there to stake a counter-claim to what the Congress has claimed. No, but what can they possibly say which they haven't said, Rajdeep, in the first meeting which happened half an hour ago?
No, this is all. This is also about, it's about optics. And I think, remember one thing, where this looks bad for the government at the moment is the fact is that the election commissioner, the chief election commissioner, was the chief secretary in the Gujarat government. This is an election with high stakes in Gujarat itself. Can we expect the chief election commissioner in a situation like this, who was appointed by the NDA government, who was close to Mr. Modi, to play a neutral umpire? That's what the Congress is going to raise even if they lose this battle. For the BJP, on the other hand, this is now a question where, having staked so much, they can't pull back. They want to take this to the finish and once and for all defeat Ahmed Patel. This is now a prestige battle, not just for Gujarat, but for the Prime Minister and for Amit Shah, who are the two most powerful people in the country. So it's all come down to the stakes involved. The reason why they are going again and again to the Election Commission is because whatever the Election Commission decides, either way, those two, that entire disqualification petition could hold the key. We don't know where the NCP and the JDU finally have voted, but it could hold the key to Ahmed Patel's future. Now, viewers may think that why are we focusing on one Rajya Sabha seat? But the fact is, this seat now involves the most powerful people in the country, and that is why you have a situation where you have so many union ministers going to the residence, going to the Election Commission. It's unprecedented.
Have you ever seen anything like this, Rajdeep?
It's unprecedented.
Rahul, have you seen something like this?
Never before.
Not in a Rajya Sabha election. Not in a Rajya Sabha election.
Okay. For government formation, of course. See, Rahul, what all has happened? MLAs are bought, charges are there, MLAs switch sides, a tall leader quits the political party he has been with for some years, MLAs are taken to, airlifted to Bangalore, MLAs are kept there, there is a income tax rate there, they are brought back, they are taken to
huge
places.
You think that a Lok Sabha decision was about to come, or you will decide who is going to be the next Prime Minister of India. At the end of it, this is only one Rajya Sabha election. Majid Memon of the NCP is speaking. Remember that one NCP MLA Boski, he's coming out and saying he's voted the Congress. But if he hasn't, there could be a twist in the tail. Okay, that's Majid Memon. He's speaking the Congress's line. So at least that one NCP MLA is on the Congress's side, it seems. I want to introduce our guest joining us for some political perspective on this day of high drama. We've got Sanjay Jha of the Congress, Narendra Taneja of the BJP. Narendra, what is the BJP delegation going the second time about? What are they going to complain about now, which you didn't complain the first time when you went about half an hour ago?
No, this is just because, you see, we have won the election and Congress is unnecessary, creating this drama. And because you see, when the final result is out, they are going to go on the rooftop and say that election was not fair. RPS saying Congress leader has already questioned the integrity of election commission. So we can see through the game. And that's why it's very important we also effectively convey the message to the people of India, look, we have won it. And what they are trying to do is basically to be unfair.
Okay, I've got breaking news coming in, and this is very interesting. The BJP delegation, the second BJP delegation has reached the election commission. Meanwhile, the Congress heavyweight delegation is already at the election commission. Will they come face to face? And if they come face to face, what will they say to each other? Two heavyweight delegations of the two national parties are in the election commission at this time. Sanjay Jha of the Congress, you've woken up a little late, you know. First you sent just RPN Singh and Randeep Surjewala. Then you saw the BJP march its army, top guns from Jaitley to Ravi Shankar Prasad, all of them went. Now you're waking up belatedly and sending your big guns. Why didn't you do this in the first instance?
Rahul, it doesn't matter who the heavyweight personalities are there or not. The fundamental point is that voting procedures have been violated. And the Congress party has not wasted any time. I think we need to respect any official protocol. We know it's a violation of Rule 39 of the election rules, and we have gone and made an official complaint.
No, but one second. You know, we heard what Ravi Shankar Prasad said, Sanjay. He said, if this is a violation, why didn't you complain at the moment that happened? Remember, in Haryana in 2016, the complaint was made in the very instant when the vote was cast. Now, after the voting is over, then the Congress wakes up and complains. Why didn't you do this initially?
You know, Rahul, I don't agree with your saying wakes up. A violation is a violation, period. And we have made it within the prescribed time. You know, after all, when you make an official complaint, you got to make sure that you're doing it in a proper way, that you're not trying to, go overboard. You got to put facts as they come. And that's exactly what we have done. And we are very confident that the Election Commission will take cognizance of what is a very, very serious, contravention of laws. Now, if the BJP was so confident as the spokesperson is apparently, sounding very exuberant, why are they going to the Election Commission and panic? If they believe the Congress complaint is not having any legal weightage, then they should actually sit back, chill.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point, and that's a good point, because I've been speaking to senior BJP leaders from the morning and saying, are you winning, are you losing? They're all saying, thoda wait karo, abhi batate. So they're not certain whether they're winning. They're saying that, yes, we think we have this in the bag, but it's obviously a battle that is going down to the wire. It's coming down to one vote. If Ahmed Patel wins, he may win by just one vote. That's how wafer thin, Rajdeep, this majority could be.
As I said, my belief is that the numbers still hinge on what Jayant Patel Bosky of the NCP and Chotu Wasawa of the JDU have done. Unless there is something that we don't know, because in a Rajya Sabha election, it is mandatory that you show what you have, who you have voted for to your election observer. So the Congress claims that 43 congressmen have said they voted for Ahmed Patel. He needs at the very least 45 if there are no disqualifications. So the other two would give him victory. Now, unless the Congress has lost its nerves or the BJP has pulled a rabbit out of the hat at the last moment, I am still mystified by the scale at which this is going on before the Election Commission. My sense is this is the Congress losing its nerve and the BJP now deciding to go for the kill.
No, but there can be a conspiracy theory. This has been doing the buzz. This has been doing the rounds in BJP circles that some Congress votes could be invalid. It could seem that they've come out and voted for the BJP, which is why Ahmed Patel thinks he's got 43 votes. But when the EC looks at those votes, they could be invalid. I want to go across to Paul.
I'm not sure you can, but I'm not sure under the new rules you can have that kind of invalidity when you show someone which party you voted for. So I'm not sure whether you can actually strike off a vote post facto invalid. Then the observer would have known if you had cast an invalid vote.
I want to go to Paulami Saha. There are two heavyweight delegations, BJP, Congress, both at the Election Commission at this time. Are they going to come face to face, Paulami?
Well, Rahul, we're still trying to find out what exactly is going on inside that building right now. Prashant, if I can just ask you to pan and give us pictures. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi as well right now. Prashant, if we can get pictures of Mr. Naqvi rushing into the Election Commission. right now. He's the last entrant who's gone in as far as the BJP delegation is concerned. Just a few minutes ago, Dharmendra Pradhan, Nirmala Sitharaman, Ravi Shankar Prasad, PP Chaudhary, as well as Piyush Goyal went into the election commission. Mr. Naqvi rushing in, obviously he's needed there urgently, and he was also part of the delegation earlier when the BJP had come in right now. And this is unprecedented because the Congress heavyweight delegation is right inside that election commission office right now behind me. Anand Sharma, Ghulam Nabi Azad, P. Chidambaram, Raj Babbar, Randeep Surjewala, all of them inside that election commission. They'd barely gone in for about some 5 or 7 minutes before the BJP delegation rushed in as well. They earlier told us, of course, we cut to that soundbite live. They told us earlier that they have petitioned the election commission to not hear the plea of the Congress delegation that 2 Congress legislators' votes need to be cancelled because they showed their ballot papers to not the Congress polling agent but to someone else, allegedly Mr. Amit Shah as well in one of the cases. But what the BJP delegation told the election commission is that that cannot be considered right now because these 2 legislators cast their ballot at about 9:20 a.m. this morning. At 3:30 p.m. it apparently looks like the Congress had some sort of an afterthought. They figured for themselves that they're losing the battle and losing ground to the BJP, and that's when they have decided to come up with a strategy, pull this out of their hats really, and this is how it's all playing down to the wire right now inside the election commission. It's all shifted. Ghulam Nabi Azad, I can see, is stepping out right now from the election commission. We'll keep you with those live pictures. So it appears like Mr. Raj Babbar and Ghulam Nabi Azad right now have stepped out of the election commission. Did they come face to face with the BJP delegation, or did the BJP delegation have to wait for the Congress's turn to be over before, of course, they were called into the election commission and are now with Commissioner A.K. Jyoti. So that is the entire Congress delegation right now that's stepping out. Mr. Anand Sharma as well. Prashant, I'd like you to stay with those pictures, those live images right now that we're getting from inside the election commission. Rahul, we expect the delegation to come forward as we speak right now. Mr. Ashok Gehlot as well, the Congress's Gujarat in charge, that is stepping out right now of the election commission, and they're coming towards us. So they're coming towards the media. So likely that Mr. Azad will be making a statement very shortly. The Congress delegation having been inside the election commission for about 15 minutes or so before, of course, the BJP delegation reached within 5 minutes of them having gone in. And now you can see Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Ashok Gehlot, P. Chidambaram, Anand Sharma, Randeep Surjewala, all stepping out and coming forward to speak with the media and tell us what exactly will be the Congress's strategy going forward, because this is all turning out to be a cliffhanger of a battle really. The counting hasn't started in Gujarat. It's all shifted from the Gandhinagar Secretariat to the election commission office on Ashoka Road in New Delhi. We're just waiting for them to, of course, gather themselves and make a statement with the media. So they're just stepping out of these gates right now, the election commission gates, and they will be making a statement to the media as to what exactly will be the Congress's strategy. What is the petition that they've made to the election commission as well? Mr. Randeep Surjewala, who's come out as well. So what is the petition that you made to the election commission?
Kindly all come here. Bring them here. If you can kindly all come here.
तो अभी कोशिश यही हो रही है,
थोड़ा सा मेरी आपसे विनती है, थोड़ा स्पेस दे दीजिए और इन
अभी यहाँ पर मीडिया.
So the Congress, of course, trying to collect itself before they make that statement, because they've got a heavyweight delegation right behind those gates right now. Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, who will be speaking with the media, who led this delegation into the election commission, he will be making that statement. Mr. RPN Singh, Mr. Randeep Surjewala over here as well, who will, of course, trying to facilitate this media interaction so that Mr. P. Chidambaram and Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad can make that statement on what exactly transpired inside the election commission. Their second such meeting for the day. Of course, Mr. P. Chidambaram now, Rahul, stepping out. Mr. P. Chidambaram will be making that statement to the media. We'll try and put the mic to him so that we can get this live as soon as possible. Prashant?
Ma'am, please.
Where do we speak from? Yeah,
just say it. Oh boy.
How do I speak if you thrust it like this? Go back. I said go back.
We request you all to give some space.
The Congress delegation's meeting just over. We're waiting for P. Chidambaram to start speaking. He's just waiting for the media to settle down. Let's listen to what the Congress delegation is saying on the back of their meeting.
All of you keep quiet, please. All of you keep quiet now. All of you keep quiet, please. Will you please keep quiet for a minute? Please keep quiet for a minute. Please keep quiet for a minute, I said. Please keep quiet for a minute. Okay. We have pointed out to him there is videograph evidence to show that the ballot papers of 2 Congress MLAs were seen by persons other than the authorized person of the party. That is a violation of the conduct of election rules read with a circular of the Election Commission. There are precedents where such ballot papers have been rejected. The most recent precedent was in Haryana on June 11, 2016. On June 11, 2016, in the election to the Rajya Sabha, a Congress MLA's vote was rejected on the ground that the ballot paper had been seen by a person other than the authorized person. There was another precedent in 2000 in Rajasthan where an independent MLA's ballot paper was rejected on the ground it was seen by a person other than the authorized person. In Gujarat, there is ample evidence to show that 2 votes cast by Congress MLAs were seen by persons other than the authorized person. In fact, our reports are at least 2 or 3 persons have seen the ballot paper. Those 2 ballot papers went in favor of the BJP, which is why unauthorized persons of the BJP saw those ballot papers. Those 2 must be rejected. Election Commission cannot follow anything except its own precedent of June 11, 2016. Therefore, we've impressed upon the Election Commission that those 2 ballot papers must be rejected. Our reports from Gujarat are the returning officer is rightly awaiting the instructions of the Election Commission. Let me make one thing clear. The only constitutional authority is the Election Commission. Conduct and superintendence of election is vested in the Election Commission. The returning officer is only an officer appointed by the Election Commission to carry out certain acts. The ultimate decision is always the decision of the Election Commission. We have told the Election Commission must take the decision. The Election Commission must reject these 2 ballot papers as it did in Haryana on June 11, 2016. These 2 ballot papers must be rejected and the counting must be completed.
Why wait till the nth hour to red flag this, sir? They cast their ballot at about 9 a.m. this morning at 3:30.
That's the BJP argument, line of argument, sir.
It is a completely irrelevant argument. One assumes that when the counting starts, they will review the videos and reject the ballot paper. It is only when they refuse to act according to law, refuse to act according to the circular, refuse to act according to the rules, the question of bringing to the notice of Election Commission arises. One assumes Election Commission, when it reviewed the video, would have rejected it. Why should I assume they won't act according to law? It's only when they delay acting Only when they delay a decision, we bring it to the notice of the Election Commission.
Sir, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आप लोगों का डेलीगेशन आया था।
BJP is alleging that this is because you anticipate Mr. Patel is losing in Gujarat and hence you decided to pull this out of your hat.
That is an irrelevant question. Question is, are these two ballot papers liable to be rejected or not? If the BJP is any conscience, it will say, follow the precedent of June 11, 2016 and reject these two ballot papers. The question is, are these ballot papers liable to be rejected? If they are liable to be rejected, they must be rejected and the counting must be completed.
Did you come face to face with the BJP delegation? Did you come face to face with the BJP delegation inside the delegation of the BJP that's inside
गहलोत जी सर अभी आप लोगों की मुलाकात करके ऑन करो एक और ऑन करो हाँ
आज कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक प्रतिनिधि मंडल जी चुनाव आयोग को मिला और हमने चुनाव आयोग को स्पष्ट तौर से दरख्वास्त की कि दो ऐसे विधायक हैं गुजरात में जिन्होंने अपनी वोट अनऑथोराइज्ड व्यक्ति को दिखाई। इस आधार पर रूल 39 कंडक्ट ऑफ इलेक्शन रूल्स और चुनाव आयोग के सर्कुलर के तहत ये दोनों वोट खारिज की जाएं, क्योंकि यही नियम और कानून है। और यही जून 11, 2016 को हरियाणा में और 2000 में इसी प्रकार से राजस्थान में वोट दिखाने और वोट की सीक्रेसी लीक करने की वजह से वोट खारिज कर दी गई थी। हमने चुनाव आयोग को यह भी बताया कि संविधान के तहत केवल और केवल ये चुनाव आयोग की जवाबदेही और जिम्मेवारी है, उनका दायित्व और कर्तव्य है कि वो संविधान और कानून की अनुपालना करें। रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर चुनाव आयोग के एक प्रतिनिधि से ज्यादा कुछ नहीं। और अगर वहां की वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग देखी जाए तो ये स्पष्ट है कि ये दोनों वोट्स खारिज होनी चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ओछे हथकंडे अपनाने बंद करने चाहिए। हमने चुनाव आयोग से आग्रह किया, आदरणीय गहलोत साहब ने और सब नेताओं ने, कि इन दोनों वोट्स को रिजेक्ट किया जाए, कानून की अनुपालना हो, संविधान की अनुपालना हो और संविधान के अनुरूप निर्णय हो। चुनाव आयोग ने पूरी बात सुनकर यह आश्वासन दिया है कि वो हर हालत में देश के संविधान, देश के कानून और चुनाव आयोग द्वारा जारी किए सर्कुलर और सीक्रेसी और बैलेट को वायलेट करने पर वोट खारिज किए सर्कुलर को लागू करेंगे।
लेकिन अभी 1 घंटे पहले आप लोग आए थे, अब दोबारा जो है तुरंत आप लोग आना पड़े, क्या हुआ?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी और उनके नेतागण अपने पदों का दुरुपयोग कर नाजायज तरीके से पूरी प्रक्रिया को प्रभावित करने की साजिश कर रहे हैं। देश के कानून मंत्री जब आकर नाजायज प्रभाव डालने की कोशिश करें, देश के कैबिनेट मंत्री जब नाजायज प्रभाव डालने का प्रयास करें, झूठ बोलकर, मिथ्या प्रचार करके, गलत बात कहकर पूरे मामले को भटकाने का प्रयास करें, तो सच का आईना दिखाने और सच्चाई की वकालत करने के लिए कांग्रेस का ये प्रतिनिधि मंडल आया। हम धन्यवाद करते हैं चुनाव आयोग का कि उन्होंने पूरी बात सुनी और उन्होंने कहा कि वो कानून और संविधान के अनुरूप और चुनाव आयोग के अपने सर्कुलर के अनुरूप, जिसमें सीक्रेसी और बैलेट वायलेट करने पर रिजेक्ट करने का प्रावधान है, वो उसके अनुरूप निर्णय करेंगे।
बीजेपी दोबारा आई हुई है, आप जो बाहर निकले
वो कितने भी झूठ बोल लें, वो कितना मिथ्या प्रचार और षड्यंत्र करें, परंतु झूठ हारेगा गुजरात में, सच जीतेगा। बापू की धरती पर कभी भी झूठ जीत नहीं सकता। बापू की धरती पर हमेशा सत्य की जीत हुई और एक बार फिर सत्य की जीत।
चुनाव आयोग से क्या बातचीत हुई है? अरुण जेटली
Got breaking news coming in that Arun Jaitley also has now reached the Election Commission. Arun Jaitley, just a minute before now, as you had Randeep Singh Surjewala and Chidambaram speak, Arun Jaitley, remember what's very interesting here, Rajdeep, is that P. Chidambaram made the case for the Congress and he made it with a lot of vehemence, citing the precedents of the Haryana Rajya Sabha election of 2016.
I think Haryana Rajya Sabha election is going to be cited more than once now as the evening goes on. Remember, for our viewers, to explain what happened in Haryana, in June last year, 12 Congress MLAs, including ironically Randeep Singh Surjewala, who you just saw there, were disqualified because they were accused of using the wrong pen while deciding who they wanted to vote for. Their votes were ruled invalid while the counting was going on. This time, what the Congress is claiming is someone was shown the ballot paper from the BJP by Congress MLAs and therefore it should be disqualified. So the circumstances are different. The only precedence that Mr. Chidambaram can allude to is the fact that while the counting is going on, also an MLA can be disqualified. So that's the precedent that Mr. Chidambaram is citing. He also importantly said the returning officer's job is very limited to supervising the election as it goes on. The final authority remains the Election Commission. I think having sent someone like Mr. Chidambaram, who knows the law, who carries a certain weight as a result, the BJP has no option but to also raise the stakes with Arun Jaitley.
As a senior lawyer.
As a senior lawyer. So, you know, this is now reached the stage.
It's also very interesting, Rajdeep, while the other Congress leaders are speaking, and with respect to them, they are politicians, it's only when Chidambaram spoke that the full vehemence of the legal position comes out. The others are making political points. Chidambaram is saying, forget whether we think we are winning or not, the EC has to go by its own precedents from July 2016.
And as a result of Mr. Chidambaram coming there, you've got Mr. Jaitley there now, and the stakes just keep getting higher and higher. India's top politicians are spending this night appealing to the Election Commission to please decide one way or the other. Now, I have seen delegations go to Rashtrapati Bhavan, to go to maybe other constituencies, but this is perhaps the first time that I am seeing two parties within half an hour of each other consistently going to the Election Commission. 2 visits played by both the parties each in the last few hours. And this really suggests just, I think, 2 things. One, I don't think either party knows who's won. It's a strange situation, even though it's an open ballot. It's not a secret ballot.
Because you're down to 1 vote.
Therefore, neither party knows who has actually won. That's one. And number 2, I reiterate the point. This is Ahmed Patel versus Amit Shah, and this is Sonia Gandhi versus Narendra Modi by proxy. So this is a prestige battle. This is not going to change anything politically in terms of the number of states the BJP is in power. It's not a fight for a government.
No, but it shows how hungry and desperate Amit Shah and Modi are.
Also perhaps the old guard versus the new guard in the Congress. Ahmed Patel will be making a strong point if he wins.
Yeah, no, it's again the fact.
Ahmed Patel will be making a tectonic point if he wins.
Well, I think it's
to withstand the might of the Modi-Shah machine and to win if he does.
It's to try and end the invincibility of the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi combined that has left the Congress and the opposition demoralized. 2 weeks ago, I think exactly 2 weeks ago, you had Nitish Kumar completely derailing this whole concept of a Mahagathbandhan and leaving the Congress and the entire opposition flummoxed. Now 2 weeks later, if Ahmed Patel also loses, I think the sense of defeatism will only grow. They need self-belief. They need something to hold on to.
There are 2 people who are very important at this time.
Yes.
One of them is Wasawa, Chotu Wasawa.
Yes.
We spoke to him a short while before now, and I want to play this out by explaining.
Oh, 1 minute. I want to correct myself. Surjewala vote was disqualified because he showed his vote to Kiran Chaudhary as the election. I want to clarify. So I think the precedent, I correct myself. There are 2 elements. One was the wrong pen for which some people were disqualified, but Surjewala was specifically disqualified. Ironically, he's the one now appealing to the EC for showing his vote to Kiran Chaudhary.
The Congress delegation of 7 leaders is reaching EC again after the BJP.
Okay, 7 leaders are reaching EC again.
So my point, but I think that's significant, Rahul, because if the precedent is as specific as that, and I got that wrong, if the precedent is as specific as Randeep Singh Surjewala being disqualified for showing his vote to the election agent Kiran Chaudhary, then in that situation, we will have to see what the video shows. And until we see that video, we won't, and that's what the EC will have to see.
There we saw the Congress leaders tweet, Arjun Wadhwania tweet saying that they aren't showing the full video. So the Congress is not happy. But just for a moment, here is Chotu Wasawa. He is very crucial because the Janata Dal United has come out and said officially that Chotu Wasawa has voted for the BJP. If Chotu Wasawa has voted for the BJP, Ahmed Patel has lost this election. I spoke to Chotu Wasawa. He says the JDU has no idea about what I have done. I have voted for Ahmed Patel. Here is Chotu Wasawa and what the JDU said about him. अच्छा वसावा साहब ये बताओ कि आपने वोट किसको डाला सर?
मैं अहमद भाई को वोट दिया है।
पक्का आप छोटू वसावा बोल रहे हैं 100%?
हाँ बिल्कुल।
क्योंकि अभी हमने केसी त्यागी को सुना, आपका सीनियर लीडर है, वो कहता है कि नीतीश कुमार ने बोला कि
केसी त्यागी हमारा कोई लीडर है ही नहीं। वो केसी त्यागी थोड़ी वोट देने आया, वोट तो मैंने दिया है।
अच्छा, तो आपको पार्टी से कोई आदेश नहीं आया कि आपने डालने का वोट बीजेपी को?
बोल देगा
हाँ जी,
तो मैंने वोट दिया है तो मान लोगे क्या?
नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूं कि आपको आदेश नहीं आया कि बीजेपी को वोट डालना है?
वो आदेश कैसे करेंगे? वो हमारे पार्टी के रहे नहीं तो कैसे करेंगे? अभी इलीगल चला रहे हैं ना, इस पर तो हम केस करने वाले हैं। हाँ, आपने किसको दिखाया कि आपने आके बीजेपी को नहीं कांग्रेस को वोट डाला? कोई हमारा कोई आदमी नहीं था, वो कैसे हमको देगा?
आपने वो वोट किसको दिखाया है? ये वोट तमें जारे तमें त्याग गया।
मैंने खुद दिया है तो मैं कह सकूं ना मैंने वोट दिया है।
यानी आप अगर कल अहमद पटेल को केवल 43 वोट मिलते हैं,
अहमद पटेल को ही दिया है, वही जीतने वाले हैं, देख लेने का।
Okay, so you just heard KC Tyagi of the Janata Dal United, and I want to go across to Narendra Taneja on this. KC Tyagi of the JDU say that Wasava has voted for the BJP. Wasava himself, I spoke to him, he says, no Baba, I voted for the Congress. Where is the confusion? Narendra Taneja, what's going on? Your ally, the JDU, doesn't seem to know who the MLA has voted for.
Well, that's what we gather, that he has voted for BJP, and that's what I'm saying. You see, BJP is winning, and that's precisely the reason Congress is creating this circus. It's just a circus to intimidate, to put pressure on EC, and you see what RPN Singh had to say. So it's just a circus going on.
Okay,
but
BJP
at the end of the day, you will see
coming out.
The truth will prevail,
the
law will prevail,
delegation
and BJP
is
will
coming
win.
out in just a moment from now. I'm being told by sources inside the Election Commission that the second meeting of Arun Jaitley, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Nirmala Sitharaman, Dharmendra Pradhan, the whole gang is now coming out the second time. We will have those images live. That meeting is over. It's just gotten over, and they are going to now exit the Election Commission. I really am beginning to wonder, what are they saying in the different meetings? Each time there's a new delegation going. What are they saying? Sanjay Jha wants to come in and make a point as we wait for the the BJP delegation to come down and exit, because remember the Chief Election Commissioner's office is on the first floor. They're now coming down. We'll have those live images. But tell me, Sanjay Jha, what is the Congress thinking? Are you going to win this election or not?
No, we are very confident, Rahul, but I think the entire country of India is watching how low the political standards have become. We have been pushed to the levels at which we are talking today because of the immoral, unethical, and extremely what I call as repugnant standard of politics played by the BJP. I mean, the very fact that the Congress party had to shepherd 44 of its MLAs to Bangalore is a manifestation of the vulgar politics being, kind of brazenly played out by the Narendra Modi, Amit Shah combined. The Gujarat model is now, for everybody to see. I mean, if there was no brazen horse trading, and that we were 57 MLAs before, I mean, this would have never transpired. So end of day, the way I can understand a hunger for power, sure, that's a political right. But to do so in a manner which violates constitutional rules, which violates democratic norms, and above all, which is publicly immoral, I think is shocking and extremely, in my opinion, shameful.
You're calling this shocking and shameful. What you're seeing on your screen right now are live images from Nirvachan Sadan, where the Election Commission is based. Arun Jaitley, India's Defence and Finance Minister, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Dharmendra Pradhan, Piyush Goyal, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, PP Chaudhary. These are two giant armies. Both the Congress and the BJP putting out the heavyweights. The Congress sent a relatively lightweight delegation first. They realized that the BJP sent half the cabinet, and then quickly a heavyweight Congress delegation was dispatched as well. We could be here, Rajdeep, for the long haul. I hope you ordered some dinner.
I think this is going to go very long, because let's remember, this is only stage one. After this, the voting the counting has to begin.
176 votes have to be counted.
Right. That won't take more than half an hour, 40 minutes. But the clear part is that, and I'm also getting to hear now, that a delegation of the Congress is even planning to petition the Supreme Court. That they are saying that if this matter is not sorted out, they have no faith in the EC at least a section doesn't, playing the role of a neutral umpire, they will go to the Supreme Court on this, because their claim is the precedent is very clear. And let me now repeat the precedent, because I've just spoken to Randeep Singh Surjewala. He claims in June 2016, his vote was cancelled because when he was about to cast the vote, he claimed while he was folding the paper, that paper was seen by Kiran Chaudhary, who was the Congress Legislature Party leader and was not the authorized election observer of the Congress. B.K. Hari Prasad was the authorized election observer. Because Kiran Chaudhary saw that Congress vote that he was casting, that vote of his was disqualified. If that precedent is held according to the Congress, then this is an open and shut case, provided the video footage in a sense proves it. Now that video footage is in Gandhinagar. It has to come in its fullest form here. It cannot come in a piecemeal form.
No, but that's where Arjun Morwadia is saying that they aren't showing the full footage.
Yes, but that full footage will have to be seen by the Election Commission. The Election Commission will hear both the sides. Now there is some pressure on the Election Commission to decide on this election today. I am not sure
that the complete report has been sent from.
No, but is there?
Whether the video has been sent.
Is there a commitment that is there some rule by which it is mandated that the counting has to take place today?
The process which has started cannot be closed.
No, but as we know in India, in every case, some new precedent can be set.
That's what DB Swain, who's the chief electoral officer, is saying.
Take a stand that the election counting has been countermanded today,
or
it will be held on a later date.
No, you can't countermand it. You will probably have to say that in the light of the new circumstances, we have to see the entire video. Till such time as we have seen the video, we are staying the entire process of counting. Can we do that, or can the election commission do that? I don't know.
We're seeing the BJP delegation emerge now. That's Piyush Goyal. We can see there in those images Ram Lal. We can see in those images Ravi Shankar Prasad. They're coming out. This is the second time. The sense of deja vu at play here. This is the second time they're coming out and are going to make a representation before the media. They just went and met the Election Commission. Let's hear what they have to say the second time round. Nirmala Sitharaman, Piyush Goyal, they're asking journalists to move back. Huge drama. I've never seen anything like this for a Rajya Sabha election ever, and neither have Rahul and Rajdeep. So that's just explaining what's at stake. The BJP and the Congress, especially the BJP, upping the stakes. Yes.
The Election Commission has seen the footage, which has been sent from the entire footage, whatever was sent from there. And the Election Commission has seen it. So the idea that it is just a mere report, no. There is video was sent, the video has been seen.
No, but the Congress is arguing that you have not shown the entire video. So that argument will carry on.
पार्टी के व्यवहार से बहुत आश्चर्य हुआ है। एक बार वो आए, उन्होंने अपनी बात कह दी, हम आए, कहाँ लगाया हुआ है बात कह दी, अब दोबारा अपने और बड़े बड़े नेताओं को लेके आते हैं, ये क्या मतलब है? और फिर कहते हैं कि रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का कोई पावर नहीं है, और फिर कहते हैं कि ऑब्जर्वर का कोई पावर नहीं है। इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पर आए, हम लोगों ने स्थिति स्पष्ट की कि चुनाव पूरा हो गया है, हमें चुनाव आयोग पर पूरा विश्वास है। देश में जो अनिश्चय की स्थिति है, सिचुएशन ऑफ कंफ्यूजन, इसको नहीं रहना चाहिए। चुनाव आयोग के नियम स्पष्ट हैं कि कांग्रेस का पूरा आरोप बेबुनियाद है। जस्ट अ मिनट प्लीज। कांग्रेस पार्टी जिस तरह से बेबुनियाद आरोप लगा रही है, उसकी हम भर्त्सना करते हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी खुद टूट रही है, उसका घर बिखर रहा है, उसके लोग उससे दूर जा रहे हैं, वो बार बार हार रही है। इसीलिए समय पर न उन्होंने कोई आपत्ति किया, न उन्होंने कोई ऑब्जेक्शन किया, और जब उनको लगा कि हम हार रहे हैं तो इस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं, ये गलत है। इसीलिए हमने और रॉन्ग प्रेसिडेंट को कोट कर रहे हैं। एक बात आपको और बताएं, जितने प्रेसिडेंट को वो कोट कर रहे हैं वो रॉन्ग प्रेसिडेंट हैं। कई जगहों पर रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर समय पर फैसला लेता है, वो वोटों को टेंडर करके सेपरेट करता है, जो रूल 39 में 39AA में प्रावधान है। एक बार जब बैलेट पेपर बैलेट बॉक्स के अंदर चला गया, तो अब ये कह रहे हैं कि वो क्वेश्चन किया जाए, ये अनहर्ड ऑफ है। वो रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर, ऑब्जर्वर, इन सबों ने उस पूरे मामले को स्पष्ट रूप से कोई उसमें आपत्ति में कोई मजबूती नहीं पाई है। इवन वीडियोग्राफी इज एक्सप्लेइंग द सेम थिंग। इसलिए हमने बार बार चुनाव आयोग को कहा है कि इस तरह से जो कांग्रेस पार्टी दो बार आकर के एक ही बात को दोहरा रही है, ये ठीक नहीं है। ये काउंटिंग कब से शुरू हो रही है सर? शुरू की जाए, जल्दी शुरू की जाए, ये हमने चुनाव आयोग से अपील किया है और हमने चुनाव आयोग पर पूरा विश्वास है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के सारे आरोप बेबुनियाद हैं।
Ravi Shankar Prasad there. You know, just try and pick up Rajdeep the tea leaves. Who's looking more confident at this time?
You know, at the moment, it's very difficult to say who's more confident. Obviously, the government believes it has, the government carries this swagger of invincibility after its recent successes. But just to put one point, H.S. Fulka, the former, the present AAP MLA in Punjab has told me a vote of Punjab MLA was cancelled during the presidential elections as their MLA Benz had publicly showed his vote. You are not allowed to publicly show your vote. EC should follow the same rule here. So I think it's now coming down to the entire issue. What does that video footage contain? And I think much like they don't know who's winning the election, I don't think both sides are even certain what exactly will the video footage prove. Which is why they are making these extra visits to the EC to put some pressure on the other.
Because it is very interesting there. Ravi Shankar Prasad said, Congress क्या सोच रही है इतने बड़े big guns को भेज दिया? What are they trying to do? So virtually the second delegation is in counter to the Congress heavyweight delegation.
And I'm very interested because Rahul confirmed to me that Arun Jaitley has also gone. But on both occasions, Mr. Jaitley has not come to brief the press. That duty has been left to the law minister, but Mr. Jaitley has gone to the CEC. So it is clear that this is now at the highest level in the government. The entire cabinet is at the door of the EC, barring really the Prime Minister. And you have a situation on the other side.
The Prime Minister is at his house monitoring every element of it.
And all the
and I'm very sure that all the men around the Prime Minister must be
sure. And all the Congress leaders are in Delhi because of the CWC. So they are going, as I said, there is even a move being planned to go to the courts. So the Supreme Court could be knocked on tonight itself, at least to get a stay on the election. My sense is what they will try and do in case the Congress doesn't get the kind of verdict it wants from the Election Commission or maybe even the BJP is go to the Supreme Court and get a stay.
No, but can they put together a petition in this much time?
Why not? In India, petitions have been put together much faster. So I think the sense is that they really want to take, both sides have now taken this to a level where this is, I like the word you use, it's war. This is the kind of political war where you take no prisoners. Amit Shah and Narendra Modi have been known to take no prisoners. I'm a bit surprised that the Congress suddenly has woken up and realized that you're fighting a ruthless battle. This is a machine you're fighting. Until now, the Congress has been run by people for the last few years who've lost the will to fight. Suddenly, Ahmed Patel, for whatever reason, seems to have at least galvanized them at least at 8:45 in the night to take this battle. And
but the BJP has been galvanized from the first moment. Now Sanjay Jha, the Congress is waking up and sending Chidambaram, sending this heavyweight delegation. Why didn't the Congress put this kind of heft behind this battle earlier? From the Prime Minister downwards, the BJP's big guns are charging at you. And initially the Congress had led Ahmed Patel to fend for himself.
Rahul, I'll be very honest with you. You do expect your political opponents to try their level best to defeat you. I'm not going to deny that. We expect, all kinds of tactics and strategy. But when, if a party chooses to be unprincipled, then there are no limits. Then there are abysmal depths a party can fall to. That's why I made the point earlier. Today, the circumstances tell you a very, very categorical message that political survivor for any opposition party under, especially with Narendra Modi, Amit Shah combined at the top, is now a very, very grave challenge in our democracy because they are flouting rules by the wayside. You saw how in Arunachal Pradesh, which I thought was an issue that deserves greater national attention, an entire government was hijacked and is now with the BJP. I mean, they did not even have more than 2 MLAs in the government. And now what does that basically tell us? You saw what happened in Bihar, but look at Goa, Manipur, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Bihar. There is a series, there's an organized pattern to the BJP's political lust for power. I mean, this possibly is a tipping point. And, in a great number of ways, this is a manifestation of the fact that, if anybody believed that the Congress party is taking the defeats in its chin, well, we take it in our stride, but we are going to fight back. I believe
put in a small word, Sanjay Jha, if you had shown half this energy that you are showing today in Goa, you would actually have a government in my home state. You were the single largest party. All you needed to do was to show a little bit more energy and spirit that night in Goa and go to the governor and say, give us the right to stake claim to form a government. Remember, had you done that, I don't think the BJP would have formed a government in Goa. All I can say for the Congress party is, der aaye durust aaye. That you finally have realized that you have to fight battles in politics.
The difference is that the BJP, even when it's winning, fights as if it's losing and its life depends on it. The Congress, even when it may lose, is waking up only at the last moment. There's a whole different approach. You've got the best oiled election juggernaut.
You actually have a situation, Rahul, where the Congress may actually have won the numbers. They may have actually won this election, but they are so scared and petrified of Amit Shah and Narendra Modi that they don't. This is the Modi-Amit Shah effect on them. You don't think so?
I don't think they are unprepared for election machinery like this. They had never imagined from the roots of Gujarat there will be a machinery like this. See, Gujarati ruled the country virtually for the last 10 years of UPA. It was Ahmed Patel. He was called ruthless in the Congress party at one time. But today, you have Ahmed Patel with his back to the wall, fighting these two. He was virtually alone till the evening, till Rahul here started saying that why are they sending RPN Singh and others? And suddenly you had Chidambaram and other being added to the list, and the Congress realizing that it has to protest. Why didn't this protest take place in the afternoon?
Okay, Paulami Saha is at the Election Commission. She's joining us now live. Paulami, you are where the action is. Please tell me that there will be no more delegations coming tonight, or is there any party planning to send a delegation the third time over?
Well, Rahul, on a lighter note, the Election Commission has definitely planned that it is going to stay back here for the night, really, because they've called in for their food already, and packets of food have gone into the Election Commission. So clearly, everyone's, planning for the long haul already. But that is what we were asking some of the BJP representatives who are still here, not the ministers, of course, some of their staff who are still here, whether there is any plan from the BJP to, come again to the Election Commission. At least for the moment, they're assuring us that there is no third delegation or the same delegation coming here to the Election Commission for the third time round. The Election Commission, what we're hearing, Rahul, on a serious note, is that it has viewed the video footage from the Gujarat Assembly earlier today when the votes were cast by the legislators in the Gujarat Assembly. So they are planning to reach a conclusion, hopefully as soon as possible, because they needed to go through the footage, and that is what the Congress delegation, which came here earlier, P. Chidambaram, as he was pointing out earlier as well, he said that there is video evidence to the same, which shows that these two specific legislators in fact did show their ballot papers to a polling agent other than the Congress polling agent that was present inside the assembly, and that's violative of rules as well. They cited precedents from Haryana and from Rajasthan as well. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Law Minister, when he spoke here just a short while ago, the second time round that the BJP delegation had arrived at the Election Commission, said that these precedents don't hold good anymore. The returning officer's role is being questioned by the Congress, and if the Congress really thought that they had a valid case, then why didn't they raise it early in the morning itself when these legislators had cast their ballot? I had put that question to former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram. What he said to me is that they were hoping that the Election Commission, which has access, and the returning officer and the central observers who are representatives of the Election Commission present inside the Gujarat Assembly, when they had access to that video footage, they could have viewed that video footage, and they assumed, the Congress allegedly assumed, that they would see that footage and they would realize that rules had been violated by these two legislators. When the Election Commission didn't step in, that is when the Congress decided to take this up officially and formally. So they say that they are assured by the Election Commission that the Election Commission will look at past precedents. It will go through its own set of rules and circulars before it comes out with a verdict. The BJP delegation, of course, has questioned why the Congress is trying to bring in more and more people in order to try and put pressure on the Election Commission. The counter argument is being put forth by the Congress that the Law Minister is present over here and the top-notch leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party are present over here. They came into the Election Commission because they are trying to influence the Election Commission. So it's a back and forth, not just literally of vehicles going in and out of the Election Commission and Nirvachan Sadan here in New Delhi. It's a back and forth of allegations and counter-allegations which are being leveled by the Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party. So it remains to be seen what is that final decision and conclusion that the Election Commission comes to? Back to you, Rahul.
Dear, when this verdict is going to come, because if they've asked for dinner, I'm seriously wondering whether we in the studios should do the same. How much time are they going to take before they decide, Paulomi? And have some dinner sent to you as well, I promise. You know, it's not like we'll be having dinner and not sending you some dinner too. We'll send you some grub as well. Go ahead, Paulomi.
Well, we don't really know how much time is this going to take, because they will have to go through past precedents and reports and circulars, and they'll have to analyze this, because it's come down to the topmost leadership of both sides coming down in order to make their case before the election.
He is speaking at this time, and I want to go across also to Kamlesh Sutar. He's in Ahmedabad. Kamlesh, while this whole drama plays out in Delhi, what's happening in Ahmedabad? What's everyone doing? Where's Amit Shah? What's he doing? Kamlesh, can you hear me?
Yes, Rahul.
I'm saying what's happening in Ahmedabad? Huge political drama in Delhi. What are leaders of both parties doing in Ahmedabad, Kamlesh?
Well, Rahul, the place I'm standing here now is where Ahmed Patel is put up, and he is into a huddle with all his close associates just a while before he arrived here. But it was a very visibly irritated Ahmed Patel. The kind of confidence that was seen yesterday, it wasn't there. It was a loss. The confidence that was seen yesterday, the way he was speaking in the morning, that we will sail through, was clearly missing. He said that he's very sure of his victory, he's still confident, but he said that they had approached the Election Commission right at the moment when the incident took place, but the returning officer there did not pay heed to their request, and he went away. But he's while going, he said that he's very sure about the victory. Let's wait for the results to come. So as we speak, Rahul, he's into a huddle, not speaking to the media. Only a few leaders that are close to Ahmed Patel are sitting with him, though some local leaders are coming, apart from the MLAs rather. The top brass of the party from the state are at Gandhinagar at the counting center, but the ones who matter for Ahmed Patel are sitting. They are into a huddle. They are discussing what the strategy is going to be. They are waiting, and as we have also learned that Ahmed Patel is in constant touch with his party leaders in Delhi, those who are there at the CEC office. He is in touch with them, perhaps giving them a word of caution, or even giving them some tips. But we'll wait till Ahmed Patel comes down. Once there is some signal that is given from Delhi, from the Chief Election Commissioner's office, we might see Ahmed Patel coming down and speaking to the media, or even going to the counting center.
The BJP leaders, Vijay Rupani, Anandiben Patel, Amit Shah himself, what are they doing while this delegation versus delegation battle plays itself out? What's the BJP leadership doing? Where's Amit Shah, Smriti Irani, Vijay Rupani, Anandiben Patel? What are the BJP heavyweights doing? Moment, I think we can't make that audio connection with Kamlesh. He's at the residence where Ahmed Patel is staying. And remember, Ahmed Patel is the ultimate backroom manager for the Congress. He's been in the shadows the last several years as Sonia Gandhi's Man Friday, as her political secretary and top advisor. He's run governments from behind the scenes, and now he's having to face the fiercest battle of his life. He has had to take on the might of the Modi-Shah machine, and now belatedly the Congress joining him. Tell us, Paulomi, who's at the Election Commission office, are all the delegations back now? Is the Election Commission finally going to take a decision soon? Will we know what their decision is? How soon may we know?
For a word from inside the Election Commission as to how soon we can hear from them a verdict as to what exactly they think of the Congress's plea which was made before them. They've had a Congress and a BJP come around twice to the Election Commission in order to put forward their own representations. The Congress, of course, demanding that two of those legislators and their votes be cancelled because they have allegedly violated Election Commission rules vis-a-vis these Rajya Sabha polls. The BJP says, well, the Congress has woken up a little too late. They should have red flagged this much earlier. Allegations and counter allegations being made that the leadership of both sides are trying to pressurize and influence the Election Commission. We're hoping, of course, the Election Commission will come to a conclusion very soon. What we hear is that the footage from Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar to be precise, has been viewed by the Election Commission already. So they are going through that video footage is what exactly the Congress, the second time round that it came here to the Election Commission with a much heavyweight delegation led by Ghulam Nabi Azad and P. Chidambaram. They petitioned the Election Commission to go through the video footage, and how they explain is that it took them some time to make this petition before the Election Commission because they thought that the Election Commission would have viewed the footage during the proceedings itself and would have come to a conclusion that two legislators had violated rules. So that didn't happen, and hence they had to, put forward this petition. So we're waiting to hear from the Election Commission right now. Rahul, standing by.
Okay, at this moment, let's take a pause. We've seen all that has happened through this dramatic evening in Indian politics, where the Rajya Sabha elections have acquired a high profile that perhaps they never have in the history of Indian elections. Amit Shah versus Ahmed Patel, BJP versus Congress, and some would say Narendra Modi versus Sonia Gandhi.